It started with a question. What if we built a sport from scratch? One where equality wasn't an afterthought, but the foundation. A sport powered by speed, strategy, and soul. To some, it sounded crazy, too ambitious, too different, too bold. But to many more, it was exactly what they'd been waiting for. From city streets to mountain villages, from school gyms to open beaches, they heard the call and they answered. With fire in their hearts and no guarantees. They trained without courts, without funding, without fame, only with the belief they could rise, prove their worth, and take their place. They hustled 2 jobs, slept on buses, played through pain, and pushed through doubt. All of this for the chance to wear their nation's flag, to become part of something bigger than themselves. FXC is the only sport where every player starts equal. No prejudice, no stereotypes, 100% inclusive, no exceptions, no limits. It's co-ed, unified, unstoppable. This is what gender equality looks like in motion. Thrilling, raw, and impossible to ignore. FXC isn't just a game. It's a challenge to everything we thought sports could be. And now it's time. This is the 2025 FXC World Cup, broadcast in 3 languages from Lignano, Sabbiadoro, Italy. Who will come out on top? Fireball Extreme Challenge, a sport for the people, by the people.
Sei un'associazione sportiva o di promozione sociale? Sei un'organizzazione di volontariato o un altro ente di terzo settore? Affiliati ad AICS. Garantisce ampie coperture assicurative ai tuoi soci e tessere adatte a tutte le tue attività sportive e culturali. Come rete associativa sa guidarti nel mondo del registro unico del terzo settore. Consulenti qualificati ti assisteranno di fronte ai cambiamenti normativi e fiscali. Vuoi una vetrina per le tue attività? AICS ti porta anche in radio e in TV. Diventa grande. Scegli AICS. www.aics.it.
Welcome to the first Indigenous Eco-Business Academy, created by 5 founders. An incubator for eco-business ideas, diversified individuals participating from different regions. Learn while immersed in nature. Welcome to Smiley.
Every artwork begins with energy, a vibration that comes from the soul. I blend spirituality, psychology, and neuroscience to transfer pure intention into every stroke. I don't paint with colors, I paint with consciousness, art that elevates space and transforms the mind. Every masterpiece is 100% handcrafted with precision, emotion, and devotion.
Tony Gale Cobawa, fell by the Aliolica. Was silver, a sea credit, a sea down. Bombe, I don't mean a lesson can when I do fear thing, be able to call him a lesson.
From the indigenous ponds in India, Adafe went to rural Benin, where water is an economic tool and women and youth bear the burden. Every day, women sell their time and energy to buy water for their families. Money flows out like water, but their water needs never enough. Women's lives are shaped around water. Schoolgirls become young mothers, mothers become laborers, and water becomes a knife that cleaves them from hope. Hope for a better life.
Messi fiber. Messi fiber.
Fireball.
Messi fiber.
Hey, safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreign.
Could've been 30, could've been a G. Should've never snitched. Why you take it to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. Whenever on stage and a million gets made. I need that breeze. I feel sorry for Skepta, they copy these flow, but they say that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy alone in my studio. Put them in the coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got half of the price of a kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that
Right bitch on the possibility. I two left feet and read by shot and relay. That shit free, that should've never let the bitch alone when I sleep. My son of bitch skip it, probably my rebucks, talking about the detox. Oh my God.
In Fireball Extreme Challenge, we believe our impact reaches far beyond the court. FXC is the only mandatory co-ed sport where men and women compete as equals, but its true power lies in its ability to foster environmental stewardship and community engagement. Any Fireball team or club can make a difference. Our players don't just compete, they take action by organizing community cleanups, collecting plastic waste from parks and beaches. These cleanups often take place after a training session or match, with both teams happily participating. This not only builds self-confidence, but also strengthens a sense of belonging to the community. The collected plastic is sold to recycling companies, and the proceeds are used to buy seeds or small trees, which are then planted in local areas, benefiting the environment and the community. These efforts are central to our green initiative, transforming teamwork on the court into real-world environmental progress. By collaborating with schools, gyms, and environmental groups, we rally the community around a shared purpose: recycling and reforestation. Working alongside local authorities, we identify cleanup sites and coordinate tree planting efforts. This hands-on approach not only strengthens team bonds, but also revitalizes natural spaces and communities. It's a simple initiative that can be replicated anywhere and requires minimal resources. Importantly, its impact is easy to measure. We set clear goals. How much plastic have we collected? How much money have we earned from recycling? How many trees have we purchased and planted? These tangible results inspire us to keep going and ensure we're making a lasting difference. By integrating fun and competition into these initiatives, we encourage participants to engage beyond the game, turning small actions into meaningful outcomes. Join us in Fireball Extreme Challenge and let's make a difference on the court and in the world around us.
Sei un'associazione sportiva o di promozione sociale? Sei un'organizzazione di volontariato o un altro ente di terzo settore? Affiliati ad AICS. Garantisce ampie coperture assicurative ai tuoi soci e tessere adatte a tutte le tue attività sportive e culturali. Come rete associativa sa guidarti nel mondo del registro unico del terzo settore. Consulenti qualificati ti assisteranno di fronte ai cambiamenti normativi e fiscali. Vuoi una vetrina per le tue attività? AICS ti porta anche in radio e in TV. Diventa grande. Scegli AICS. www.aics.it.
So we're back on the air in this beautiful sunny northern Italy town of Lignano, Sabbiadoro for the Fireball Extreme Challenge World Cup 2025. I'm here commentating on this game. Obviously, we've talked about this before. I'm Tommy.
My name is Evan William List, and I am a player for Team USA.
Yes, and a very good player, I must admit.
Thank you.
He doesn't have any experience in the game. He just started 7 years ago or so. But,
yep.
And it's been great being up here in the booth because we're talking about a lot of things. As I said, it's a new game. And for me, it's new coming from various different sports. And so I get a chance to learn a lot about it from you. Thank you for that.
Of course. Thank you for having me up here.
You get to see the ups and downs of things. So we're getting ready for this game that's coming up soon, and it's a very interesting game. Mexico, undefeated in 6 years. Oh, great team.
Mexico, man. Where do I even start with that team? They've had my number. They have had my number. I can't even deny it. It's been brutal. I think I get chills or some uncomfortable feeling every time I hear that, just because they're so dominant. They're so good, genuinely. It's a level of cohesiveness that this sport truly hasn't seen before. Since the last competition, there has been a lot of switches when it comes to the roster. Some vets are still here, but they are so dialed in as a team. Like, I already know Coach Jaime, he's got them to a T. They're so focused. And the thing that I love about their team, and it's been like this since they started playing, is everyone is a role player. Everyone knows their role, and everyone knows I'm not going to touch the ball 5 times, whatever it may be, and sometimes I won't be touching the ball at all for a play. As we can see the rules right here, permitted contact, only allowed contact, hitting the forearm with an open hand, and then there's another one while the opponent holds the ball at the chest level.
And this one, we're going into the Spanish here.
Yeah.
But now what you're saying about the Mexico team, I saw that and I can hear what you're saying. We're going to talk about the Catalunian team, which is their opponents. They came out really good and strong.
They did. I was impressed.
But I want to point something out about what you were saying. You talked about the Mexico team so much, and yet I got to tell you, there was a lunch break not too long ago, and everybody was sitting together and joyfully singing and having a good time. And that's the spirit of the game.
Absolutely.
And so, yes, you want to win. Of course, we all want to win. But we win together when we win as a game.
Amen, brother.
And that's what this game is about. Fireball, it sounds like something that's going to be burning you, but what burns is the flame that aims towards that stage where there's the World Cup sitting there.
Absolutely. So, absolutely.
Mexico's got its eye on it. USA has its eye on it.
Look at my team.
And right now we can see the players relaxing, taking a break. You know, they have a game coming up in a little while. And the umpires are out on the middle of the field. And the team from Catalunya is coming in. Here the teams are coming. Now, Catalunya is a very strong team. They had a pretty good game earlier on. And they beat Italy tranquilly, if I'm not mistaken.
Catalunya, they did not. They lost to us. The team that beat Italy, Spain. Spain beat Italy, and then the game before the lunch break was India that took down Italy.
And that's exactly why you're here, to keep me in line and in check.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, Catalunya not too far off from Spain. I mean, we clearly saw in the last game with Catalunya, Spain was right there.
And they were
cheering them on. They wanted them to win.
And that I thought was really, really nice to see.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
But here they come now, the reigning world champions.
And same jerseys. Oh my goodness, I'm getting deja vu moments right here. The Mexican team makes its way towards the court for the very first time. They are the only team yet to play. Coach Jaime right there. And we are about to see alongside Coach Aha a lot of new faces. It's about to go down. This is extremely exciting. Getting ready for the national anthems.
And the first anthem will be that of Catalunya. And now for the Mexican national anthem. So we heard both national anthems, and we were smiling here because I know that you're quite concerned about the team. You're showing that that interest, but it's going to help also to be able to be up here and watch what's going on.
Of course. I mean, I got to give it to them. Even from the national anthem, I'm impressed. They look like they're in the army. Stone cold face. Everyone's got the same posture. I see a few of those faces, and I'm like, I've seen those too many times with me being on the losing end. So, you know, it's again, it's just for the love of the game. These are some incredible athletes. They compete and they win. And, you know, they honestly have the track record to back up everything that they're worth. They've proved it not once, not twice, many different times against me and Team USA as well. As you guys heard from yesterday's broadcast, 2 crushing defeats against Team USA when they were introduced. This is a very exciting team. This is a team that, for once, unlike a lot of other teams, we can say they're not a new team. This is a very veteran, experienced team with a very veteran-like coach right there. And they have some absolute animals on that Mexican team. It's incredible. So
well, they were actually, the other day, they were practicing out here, and we watched the practice going on, to which then the coach come back and said, well, did you notice anything different about the practice? And we weren't saying much about it. I said, well, it was good practice. He said, yeah. He says, you didn't notice that they only played with their left hand. They were only allowed to touch the ball with their left hand, catch and throw, with their weak hand.
That is what makes you go from good to great. And that's how you start upping the level. They're just different.
So here we're off to this match, the first possession by Catalunya, and we can see that they're going to try to open up the space in the court, and that the beep gives you the time that you got to start moving around, and everybody's moving. You can't stand still. And here goes the play to get the ball in play, and the first pass
off early, and looks like we got a bit of a dropsies. Mexico off to a hot start, right through the hands.
That was interesting because they were trying to open up the field, and the player had managed to get open. In fact, as he's walking around, you can see him a little bit dejected. He was looking at his hands like, why did you fail me here? But one thing you notice these two teams right off the start is the distance from, for example, the neutral zone.
Yes, Mexico doesn't take their chances.
No, they're defending. Oh, good pass.
Oh, he keeps it, bounces off a player, overshot.
So Catalunya comes off with the first 2 points. It was actually a pretty good fast break. So Catalunya didn't come to just sit around and watch. They came to play.
Yep, and I don't know if you guys saw that, but those 2 points were from the same player bouncing off of an opponent. He caught it. You can see right there, keeps it alive. Just overshoots her. And something about the Mexican national team, and they've been like this since the start of the sport. They are very conservative with how they conserve their stamina. They utilize it very well, and they know it's a full game, and they make sure that they know that. So they don't burn out, like I said. If you let them put points on you, they will absolutely do it, and they're not the team to mess around with. That's all I'm going to put it at. So,
well, it's interesting because, you know, we're on the 3rd possession now coming up.
Yes.
And it's 4-0. Obviously, we know that the points are relative in this game at the beginning because it hasn't turned over yet, and we'll see how it progresses from here.
Yes, sir.
But Catalonia is playing. They're trying to do a little bit better, put points up on the board. Also because those points count for further activity later on during the game.
I would know. I would know. They're both in Team USA's bracket, the team that I happen to play for. So, yeah, this is a pretty important game for me to be watching as well, obviously. At the moment, Catalunya sits, I mean, including the 5 points here, they're 16 points behind Team USA. The Mexican national team is yet to touch the ball defensively, as we know in this sport, right? But,
no, sorry. Offensively.
Offensively.
See, we're here working together, trying to help each other out. So we get these choice words like offensive or defensive. Now, who's putting the ball in play technically is the defensive team.
Right.
But we always talk about it as offensive teams.
Sure, yeah. That's
so
funny.
don't take offense with us. We're doing the defense here.
100%. Oh, my goodness. ran over the line by probably 3 feet.
So that's a 2-point penalty, correct?
Absolutely.
So that knocks them down
and
to 3
they
points.
lose the possession, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah. And they're conserving, I mean, I just know they're conserving their best players for offense when they do have the ball. Teresa is one of them. She is one of the female players. She is actually with Jaime, right? And they have their daughter here. They brought their lovely daughter in when they introduced the Mexican national team. And she's just different. I mean, the intensity level she brings, she's so vocal with her team. She brings such a high motor. 10 points. I don't know if, I don't believe we've seen that yet today.
I think they corrected that. They only took 5 points.
5, yes. So every point that they had before.
So it was not a neutral zone invasion. It was actually a captain lane invasion, which is more points.
Yes. I think what they said was instead of going in front of the yellow line, he went in front of the red line as well. And the Mexican national team is really making life difficult for Catalunya right now. 0 points. I mean, you can see right there, they are making play after play after play, and it's putting me a little bit uneasy right here.
Well, unfortunately,
we're gonna have to play them at 6. So
you got some time to get ready for all this.
They look like a problem.
The Catalunya team is trying to spread out, and unfortunately, that was a pass that the last pass was like a telephone pass. You knew it was coming, and the player got to get in between there. They're still trying to break out fast, and finally they got the ball going. They're going for it.
There we go. Catalunya getting the ball moving. That's 4 points.
Oh, that was a good try.
5 points.
So when they get the motions right, they do get those points up on the board.
And that's the way that you got to do it. Create some space, able to keep the ball through the contact. I love the use of the auto pass. Good pass right there. Leads him a bit too much, but again, when the defender is keyed in, you do have to put the ball in a specific spot. That just wasn't it. He's the tallest player on the court. I mean, obviously, that's what I'm going with. As there is a substitution made. That is another veteran right there.
And I noticed that she was wearing gloves. This is what goes back to the other game that we're talking about. The ball can get to be very slippery at times.
Yes, I mean, the nerves, it may not be hot in this room, but, you know, you feel the pressure, you feel the nervousness. He's got to throw it, throws it, the ball gets deflected in the hands of Catalunya. They keep the ball alive, and it looks like there is going to be
a foul here.
Foul.
And again, I like the signs of sportsmanship. You know, the pat on the back basically says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you or anything like that."
It's very, very minimal contact. A little bit of a, you know, little bit of a
push there.
Yeah, a little bit of an acting, little, you know, exaggeration. But it was a foul whatsoever. Good job selling the call. So I believe the points will stay, and they will get to redo that possession. So that's actually big for Catalunya, who's been pretty dormant when it comes to having the ball, not because of their own ability. The Mexican team is just that solid.
And here we are getting ready to go back into play. And the countdown, the 5-second countdown to the 30-second time limit that you have there to put the ball back in play.
And they're moving. Oh no, he fell. Couple bodies falling on that play.
That was just a simple accident, nothing.
And something that you love to see, right after this happens, guy goes to tie his shoes, and you see he's surrounded by a bunch of green jerseys going to help him up. This is what makes this sport so amazing. Look at them, they're all right there. They're making sure he's okay, helping him up right there. The other team is doing that. That's what makes this sport so special, is that everyone is friends with everyone. It's very sportsmanlike, and that is what is going to take Fireball to the next level. One of the things for sure, in my opinion.
I totally 100%, and if I can go more than 100%, I would, to agree with you. Because I've seen this throughout the matches this morning. Sure, we got the fire in us that we want to win, or we want to do better, we want to do this, we want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's this. It's running to make sure you're okay.
It's beautiful.
That happened before in the other games. And it seems like I go back to the same old comment, family trying to help each other out. Family and friends, that's what we are here.
Of course.
And as I said, we had a good time at lunch when people got together. We sang a little bit in there.
Clapping, singing, everyone was having fun at lunch.
So we never lose sight that it is a game. Unfortunately, there's a foul detected here. There's a foul called, first foul.
And a substitution was made in that little break right there from Mexico. Oh, she's being left alone. Mexico is taking the risk, one that does not look out to be working. But again, and I think at that moment, Catalunya really missing out on a big opportunity to capitalize with the ball. Look at this right here, back and forth action. This is what gets you points in Fireball. Yet he tries to make a play without securing the ball first.
When you try to move without having that ball safely in your hands.
Yep.
No,
you gotta grab it, you gotta secure it first, and then we can make a play right there. Again, not a bad round whatsoever. And Mexico going with the same approach of not guarding the captain. She is completely alone.
Right, because they double up on the players, but they still
Look at that. Busted coverage. Oh, the auto pass. There we go. Catalunya making things happen here.
Something was called,
And
I think,
foul.
too much time. Too much time. Could the player have held the ball for more than 2 seconds? Oh, no.
And this is making me a little bit concerned.
A double bounce in the body.
I'm kind of thinking maybe Mexico thinks that they can beat this team, but they want to play Catalunya in the playoffs. They don't want to see us. I'm getting a little bit nervous right now. That usually doesn't happen. Mexico does not give up points like that, usually. Maybe it was something going on there, but...
This is interesting because, you know, you don't think about this as we were saying earlier on, I was talking with Nicole, it's like a chess game. You know, you got to think way up in advance about the moves and the next moves and what's going to happen next, you know, with your players. Any good coach does look forward, does look ahead. And in this case, I think you're right. I think Mexico's getting ready to
It's nervous. It's making me a little bit...
Unless we'll have to wait and see what happens when the ball turns over and Mexico goes on to the defense.
Auto pass, wide open, busted coverage, and completely smacked into the floor. And that's something that honestly is beautifully shown right there by Mexico. You can see she's wide open, yet instead of running right to the player with the ball, they take away the easiest pass because they realize she can only do so much with 2 seconds and an auto pass. If we take away the easiest pass,
so in other words, if you go and cover her and then you block her passing, you got somebody else that's open.
She pretty much, because if you go run to the player, what's done is done. She already secured the point. But if you leave somebody else open, then that's just a different thing right there. And Mexico is just, they're too advanced not to pick up on those small things like that. So you can see Mexico, they're starting to cover the captain's line, and a foul is called. I don't know if that one was a push.
Or a trip.
He might have tripped. Because from where I'm seeing, let's look at it one more time. A little bit of a shoulder. Bit of a delayed reaction again, but I do believe he will get that call.
So he gets to repeat it as the captain line.
Yes.
They're debating upon it.
They are finalizing the call.
So the two players, from what I understand, they both had a fall in what happened.
So does it cancel out, essentially?
I think it should. Because there's no difference in points.
Right.
And we're waiting to see what the final judgment
is.
It's
There is
just
a foul.
So it's the first foul called on the player. So it's the warning of the first foul. So I think both teams have a first foul warning, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
We can hear up here in the booth. We can hear the coaches. The spirit for the field, you know, the information and what's going on. There's a substitution going on the field.
And Mexico is reserving their, I mean, again, they're reserving this guy. His name is Salvador. He is a vet. He's actually one of the guys on the FXC posters right outside of this building. He has yet to touch the floor. I'm assuming they are definitely saving him for offensive energy. And you could see plays like that where this sport happens so fast. Just one bobble, not being able to catch it as smoothly as you want, turns into this. Look at that. In her mind, she thinks that pass is going right back to him, but since she wasn't able to secure the catch as smoothly as she wanted to, Mexico took that opportunity away just like that. And that's what Mexico will do to you if, you know, they will not squander opportunities. As I know very, very, very well. Almost all too well.
So you have that experience as a young player.
I wish I didn't. I was on the receiving end of a lot of bad losses, but I'm hoping that this time is going to be different for sure.
Well, I wish you and the USA team all the luck.
I hope.
And may the best team win. I'm going to say I wish the luck to all the teams because being up in the booth, you're impartial to all this. And you just wish that everybody could come even and everybody get their hands around that trophy.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, it's two hands reaching up holding the globe.
Yeah.
And it's the design is the hands of the founders, the Max and his wife.
Yeah.
Fabi, yeah, they did that. I think it's a beautiful outreach, reaching up, and
as we can see right here,
now I think Mexico is changing some of the players.
Teresa checks into the game. She's a problem. I'll say it right now. If she starts making some moves, making some runs, don't be surprised. I warned you guys. Mexico is now.
Mexico now turned over. So Mexico now is
number 9, Ricky, taking out the ball. I believe you pronounce it Ricky. That's the way that they like to say it. Add a little bit more spice to it. But look at the way I'm talking about. They conserve their energy and intercepted immediately. Catalunya.
That was quick.
Again, we could see right there. So Catalunya does intercept it, but since they don't make a pass off the interception,
they get no point.
Points were added there. For example, if that pass connected, that's a point. But a good job defensively for sure to open up the game for Catalunya. Excuse me. They're defensive/offensive, however you would like to put it.
It's okay. I know what you mean, and I think the spectators have caught on to our play here back and forth on defense and offense.
Because when you have the ball, you're defending like you're protecting the ball. That's the way that Max likes to put it.
Exactly.
So Salvador as well is also in the game. You can see him right there, number 3. A lot of these players, however, are also decoys. They're not looking for the ball. They're looking to kind of set their team up. A lot of space in the middle there and a lot of screaming. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But Mexico, Ricky looking, and
it got deflected. So they got one pass off and then it got deflected.
And I'm sure Mexico, not off to the start they want, but again, only 2 possessions. And we can see Coach Jaime right there.
He seems very tranquil, though.
Honestly, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty, I mean, look, he's in the hall, he's in the room right across the hall from me, and that baby is doing him no favors sleep-wise. So he's doing a really good job from what I'm seeing so far for sure. Being very vocal. That's Teresa right there. It's her baby as well. And
so now the line captain is trying to find an open player.
And you can see taking no chances, the Mexican team using their time, taking their time. And that's what they like to do. These teams do a lot of incline work and a lot of running. So they're able to outrun their opponent.
Hey, we're getting close to the countdown.
Yep.
But they got the ball off.
There we go. Mexico with the handoff here and a foul.
He's okay.
He's okay.
2 thumbs up means good.
Yep, I think he's good. He's good.
And Mexico is on the board.
Something we haven't seen here, a handoff. We have not seen too many of those today, but getting them in position, just dumping it right off, that's an easy point right there. Plus the foul, they'll take the points and they will also redo the possession. So definitely a good look right there. Mexico capitalizing and improving on what's been a little bit of a shaky start so far for them.
So Catalunya has 2 players with 1 foul, and Mexico has 1 player with 1 foul.
Yes.
And if I get this correct, with 3 fouls, you're out of the game.
Yes. Yes. Per person.
1-0.
So they're putting the ball back in play, and again, they're taking their time, but by doing so, they can spread out the court and get the people opened up and free to move around. And it's interesting to watch. They're trying to get the players out.
Oh, wide open. We can see the Spanish commentators are going crazy right next to us, and for good reason. Mexico is moving.
So something got called a contact.
And look at that. Was she out of bounds? Maybe that's what they called. I believe that is what they called. She was out of bounds, and she definitely stepped out of bounds there. So I think this is what we're looking at, the out of bounds call. The line judge points right at...
Yeah, definitely.
She points...
Just turned the foot around and was out of line. Not out of line in the sense of the...
Of course,
Of course. Okay.
I get what you're saying. I believe the viewers do as well. I believe they do as well.
She was out of line. She was out of line.
Yep.
No, she's doing a great job.
For those that are confused, we're just talking about her foot stepped on the line.
Exactly.
Bit of a further pass. The auto pass moving back and forth.
Oh, that's how you open up.
Oh, yeah, they're making problems. They're doing damage. And there's no foul there. They were one man down.
Somebody got tapped.
One of the ladies took a shot to the nose. She's okay. And that's just something Mexico is so good. Look at the way that they are able to get through the defense.
Look how that field is opening up.
And my goodness, that was a woman right there. She absolutely laid it out right there. I mean, she brought it. She brought it right there. She took a shot. She took a shot. She is okay. She's staying on the court. As of right now, over Team USA in the bracket, Catalunya is up by 12. I don't know if that's enough to make them comfortable to move on. They probably need to make some plays defensively. Mexico off to a really solid pace.
You know, I'm sitting here just fascinated looking at this. You know, you keep on repeating this about being a new sport, etc. But it's just really, really fascinating, and the speed with which the ball moves around once they get going, because obviously it takes a few seconds to get an open player and try to get the ball into play. And you can see the technique going into it to move people around. It's like fake someone.
Almost like they're trying to bait them.
Yeah, they're trying to bait him onto the line, actually, I think.
This is great. Oh, they get it. They get a pass. Throwing it up, and it's blocked. Catalunya making a play.
That saved the day there for them.
Absolutely. Mexico, they were redeeming themselves. Teresa, she knew it. You could see it in her face the second she let that one go. She knew that that one wasn't going through. But that's, again, the name of this game. It's fast, and sometimes the ball gets, you know, fireball, right? It's fireball, so you got to let it go, the auto pass. But
and you don't want to burn your fingers on it. You want to keep it going.
You want to keep it fresh, for sure. For sure.
So Mexico's putting the ball back in play. And they're going to start the countdown. Once the flags go down, the referee flags go down, it's 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you have 30 seconds to get the ball in play. And the Mexican player is going up and down the captain's lane, trying to see somebody open. And there's the commands.
Like they're bringing the Mexican players onto one side of the court. And this is exactly what we did. They're leaving Salvador all by himself. Salvador making his way towards the middle of the field. And now they're back in scramble mode. Great defensive adjustment by Catalunya. The quick two-man looking, keeps it alive. Grabs it, looks, the auto pass.
I can't believe
Men go down. Crazy chaos.
I cannot believe what I just saw. The speed which they came around.
They are so fast, lightning quick.
And there was also an attempted interception which bounced back.
Of course.
Also. So
we
it's
can
a really
see
good
right
play.
here. Look at the spin, the ability he grabs and spins right off of the player in such. It's almost like liquid form. It's so smooth. We can see it right here.
Right there too.
Alfonso making an incredible play. He goes down. That most likely is going to be a foul on Catalunya as well.
So in the meanwhile, we got to Catalunya's at 33 and Mexico 27.
Yes.
Mexico has been gaining points throughout this part of the game. Player down, getting his shoes tied because it can be dangerous running around there with the shoelaces off.
And for those that are just tuning in, didn't tune into our first live, Catalunya put up 35 points in the first game, 35 plus 33. They're currently at 68 points, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, this is where they hold right now.
And what is USA at? 58?
We are at 56.
56?
56. We took a couple of bad penalties, I would say, towards the end of the game. I'm obviously going to talk to my crew with that. But, yeah, I think Catalunya definitely has to make some plays because I don't want to sound too cocky. I think we can put up more than 12 points. I would like to think so, right?
Well, I think it's within your right.
I think so. And the whistle gets blown.
Again, for a foul in the running. So one of the players was just substituted, and was he substituted or did he come out for fouls?
If I'm not mistaken, I think 13 has 2 fouls. He's still in the game. He's the tall player.
So one player's got 2 fouls, and other 2 players have 1 foul each. I like that.
We love you too, buddy. We love the way you're playing as well. That last play he made was incredible. The spin catch, deja vu. I get so many times. And that's what makes a player special, is to be able to have their own signature. Everyone could be great when the ball is right next to you, right?
What happened?
And we're getting a second foul here.
1 BP out, so that's 1 ball possession out.
And that means
this
is the first time that this is happening, I do believe. This is the first time that we are seeing that one team is playing with less than the other.
Right, because of a player out. It's like...
and it's almost like if you follow hockey, they have that rule as well. They're letting that go deep. They are using it. Man is open in the middle. Not a good look here. Throwing it out. The auto pass behind the head. Looking. Mexico dealing damage in the corner. An auto pass. And yeah, refs were on top of it. Was not going to get away with the double auto pass, but a huge swing in this game.
I was left speechless there because the play, the action was so fast and just so magnificent that I'd like to tell you the story of what's going on, but I'd like for you to look at it because it's just amazing. And for me watching this, it's like I'm a spectator right now. It's just fascinating. I'm getting carried away watching it and thrilled with it. And I really hope you are too, because this is an incredible game.
And that's the thing about this sport, where it's really one of those sports where if you look away for 1 second, you really could just miss it all. And that's the thing right there. I wouldn't say Mexico usually throws those passes behind the head, but it's about that court awareness, seeing, okay, the other team is 1 short, the guy that's not guarded. And I like the approach that Catalunya came out with is, you know, we're not going to guard so much the captain, but we're also not going to guard the back of the court. Because that's a risky pass to make. Mexico they're dealing that pass. They took that risk, and that's a risk that paid off extremely well. Shout out to Mexico taking the lead with that ball possession. They are currently up 33-40.
That's one incredible turnaround because, you know, not too long ago they were down like 20 points.
Of course.
And so this shows you how fast things can change in this game.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of the game and change, etc., I got to talk not too long ago with a friend of mine, Birgit, who lives in Germany, and I want to thank her for tuning in. I just found out that she's watching this too, and let's hope that we can get this expanded also in Germany.
Absolutely, the more the merrier. Let's get it all over the world. I mean, that's the goal, right?
Right.
We got World Cup for a reason out here, and we would love more countries next year to tune along. I mean, Max
is really putting his heart into it.
We just got to take a second to talk about Max. I've known Max half of my life. I'm only 21. I've known Max half of my life, and he is one of, truly, I'm not just saying this because it's his sport. He's one of the hardest workers. You know I'm on the West Coast out in California. He's in here in Italy. I ever have a phone call, I ever have a question or something, 9-hour time difference, doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the night, group call, whatever it is, he is answering the call. I came down here first day. I made sure, I was like, you know what? Breakfast starts 7 in the morning. I'm going to be the first one there. I was the first player. Guess who I saw having coffee with their computer right there, ready to go? It was Max himself. He is truly one of one.
I have to tell you, that's not exactly how it went down. You went down to get breakfast. Max had been there all night long. So,
no, for sure.
Actually, we were joking because my wife turned around and says, do his batteries ever run out?
Yeah.
And I said, no.
I don't know how.
He keeps on going.
He's got different wires.
Oh, he's incredible.
I mean, he has a vision. And he is taking that vision of his creativity as far as he can take it without any regrets whatsoever. And look what it has turned into. Incredible.
And when we talk about spreading around to the world, it's embracing the world. And that's what we want to do, is embrace people with the sport.
Of course.
It's part of, I don't want to call it a hug campaign, but let's hug the world and make it a better place. And sports can make it a better place.
Got to pass it on.
Definitely. And that's the soundtrack and the theme of Fireball.
As we have a quick stoppage to the play. As we saw in the previous possession, Catalunya and Mexico -2 points each.
For the fouls that
And I know that may not seem like much. Oh, it's still an 8-point game. No, it's still a big deal. Keep in mind the earlier rounds were going based off of points.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
So.
Oh yeah, Captain Lane.
That's probably -5. It ran right into the red lane. That's what happened last time, at least. Interesting.
So 41-31, 10-point difference.
41-31.
So here the ball's getting ready to be put back in play.
1-0.
Looks like they're calling plays, and the captain is completely left alone. Catalunya taking the Mexican approach, as we see. I'm not mad at it whatsoever.
Yeah, but Catalunya is playing with 1 player less. They got 6 players out there, right?
Oh, I believe that was just for a possession. Looking, and that's what they're so good at. The auto passing, rolling around, it collapses, now it's wide open, back and forth, the ball hits the ground, but an incredible possession right there for Mexico. And that is exactly...
He comes back now. They were playing with 6, and he's coming back in.
Yes.
Because you have to understand...
And again, Catalunya played that great. They played that great. I mean, look, that right there.
Because they could have had really a slaughter of points, if you want to use the word.
And right there, it's almost like when a quarterback has the pocket collapsing, and now he's got to find the right read with all the pressure. That's exactly what that young lady did right there. Just bodies all around her. She had to make the right pass. It's exactly what she did. Incredible awareness of where her players are, and that's a chemistry thing. Those are things that you just cannot teach. Spins right off, auto pass, she is wide open, back and forth, looking, and Ricky drops it right there, but Mexico tallying it up, 55-33 right now.
Again, as you can see on the replay, how the field opens up and collapses and then closes back in. They were all moving in one direction, but there were still some players out in the further side of the field. So if they had been able to get that pass in and then bounced it, not bounced obviously, but thrown it back out to the other side, they would have had a lot of points right there. You know.
Yes, sir.
I'm just amazed at how fast they move and they control. And the
We're
stamina
seeing a
these
third
young
foul
people have
right
out
here.
there, because you don't stop. You don't stop.
Nope.
I mean, obviously, you can see that they're slowing down right now while they're waiting to put the ball back in play. But once they come out, it happens again. So now there's another foul.
And it looks
another
like
player.
is another player about to sit?
Yes, there is.
Oh my goodness. Catalunya is doing it to themselves.
So there's a moment, I think there's a timeout being called. In fact, Catalunya called a timeout.
You called it.
And because of that, then they have a player sitting out. The timeouts are 30 seconds. They're not that long. It's also a chance of getting a breather before you go running back out there.
Mm-hmm. And this coach right here for Catalunya, he's actually the coach that ended up winning it last World Cup, I believe in 2023, when they had it not exactly here, but in Italy as well. He was actually the coach that ended up winning it all.
But he was the coach for Spain at the
For
time.
Spain, yes. So he's taken on Catalunya, and they actually have looked fairly impressive.
No, they are looking good. They are looking impressive about it, but obviously they're fighting against a powerhouse here, and
Oh, they're going up against the big dogs. I mean, they're playing against Team USA and then Mexico. That's it's a pretty rough schedule for sure.
And right now, from what I see, Catalunya has 6 players on the court.
Yep. Salvador, ball stays in. Almost a foul right there. He roughs through it. The ladies, Teresa, auto pass, looking. She heaves it over. Salvador looking. Teresa, Salvador, back and forth.
And they're still
Auto
going
pass. We can see the levels of chemistry. Unbelievable right here. Throws it all the way
they're
across the
opening up
court,
the
and
whole
this is
court.
not looking good. This is looking like a bloodbath here. And
a foul stopped
a
it.
foul right there probably stops the best possession of the day from any team.
And I know it's a cliche, but they're fired up.
Oh, absolutely.
I could see them being fired
Absolutely.
up.
We can see the back and forth action. Teresa and Salvador, 2 of the most experienced players in this entire tournament, on complete sync with themselves. Unbelievable.
Well,
I mean,
you remember the other game we were talking about? You made a comment that I thought was rather interesting about long court passes.
Yes.
And that's what they started doing here. So
Yes.
it really opens up the court either direction.
and I think something that's actually genius that they're doing is that they're using it the most when Catalunya has a player off the court. They're making them cover more ground with less players, spacing the field. Absolutely genius strategy from Coach Jaime. Beautiful job from the Mexican national team. Incredible execution. And we can see from the score right there, they are clearly doing an amazing job.
They're in command and control.
Absolutely. 74-33. Wide open, Teresa. Ricky back and forth. Teresa in the corner. She's got to get it out. She throws it across the court.
So that was a good attempt to get it across. It got deflected.
And it's all smiles for the Mexican national team. They have actually, with this game, they have already outscored Catalunya alone in game 1. So unless Mexico makes some crucial mistakes with the ball and Catalunya takes advantage, it's up to the USA to get to the playoffs. And Catalunya has to just sit there and watch and
I'm
see
just going to sit here
destiny.
and I'm watching you because I want to see some reaction here. You know, you're going to be up pretty soon. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean...
And again, this goes to the conversation we're on.
Yes.
I see the fire in your eyes, but I know there's also that chill of knowing what has to be done.
There's chill for sure, but I think the way that it happens is there is fire in my eyes, fire in my team eyes. There's also that nervousness, but it's about being able to find the balance in both, being able to calm yourself down, use the fire when it's needed, yet you also need to be able to have that calm demeanor. That's what I always say. It's the code red effect. In a game that is so unbelievably quick, so fast, things happen at the literal snap of a finger. For you to be able to go out there, find the peace, find the calmness when everything else around you is collapsing, that's what's really gonna make you and your team that much more special.
But this helps in sport, but it also helps in life.
Absolutely.
Because it gives you how to handle things in the future.
Absolutely.
So sport is a very important bridge for events in life.
Especially a sport like this, the level of trust that you have to have. What a tip! He tips it right to Ricky, and a foul! That was one of the best plays I've seen all day. What an unbelievable play.
I'd like to see the replay because that was so quick and just interesting.
This is the foul. I wonder if they will show the replay. Let's see.
There it goes. There it goes.
Nope, no, they're just looking at the replay, but the ball was live.
I think we'll see the replay on the highlights.
We should.
We'll have to that
they
was
would
a
do the viewers a complete disservice if they didn't show that again. That was an unbelievable play.
Those are highlight plays.
That's the reason they're up there in the first place.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. That was incredible.
So we're witnessing a really interesting match between Mexico and Catalunya because although, I mean, Mexico has experience and Catalunya is a new team, basically.
Pretty much, yes.
So although the Catalonian coach has a lot of experience, he's trying to teach his players.
He's not out there playing for them.
And he's not playing. But Mexico is just really incredible. I had heard this before. I heard how they practice and how they play. And we're watching that right now. Mexico is just running the field.
And that's something I also want to talk about right there. Realize they are actually so good at splitting the defense. Right, you see Salvador right there, right as I'm talking about. Yeah. It's close. It's not like it's super spread it out, but he's able to fit his body through two defenders, take them both out, and see the field going clearly. That's the difference. It's the auto passes, being able to position yourself, and it's all love, all smiles for the Mexican national team. Like I said, this is a team that is not joking around at all. Teresa is now taking it out. There they go, looking, he finds himself in the air and almost able to make a play on it.
96-33.
Almost triple. And it's not like Catalunya is, you know.
No, Catalunya's played a really good game.
They played a good game, and 33 is, for this tournament, seems right about the average. Right about the average, so to see, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and Mexico is making that score look not so great.
Yeah, because if you're not aware of how the points are done, you know, each pass is a point. So you got to think of, to get to 96 points, 96 passes, the speed, the accuracy, the attention to detail as the teams move around, and that's what Mexico is proving today. So I think we have a lane invasion, sorry.
Let's see who it's on. They're putting the camera on Catalunya.
Mm-hmm.
You can only imagine.
You're right.
Yes. Yes.
So number 14 gets sanctioned for this.
And she looks like she wants a sub.
Yes.
She looks like she needs a sub.
You're right. No, it was not a lane invasion. It was a foul.
Yeah. She is visibly frustrated.
And she gets a timeout foul.
And we can see Salvador right there.
So
all smiles. He's actually a basketball coach back home in Veracruz, where I played many of my tournaments before, along with them.
But what got you involved in this game? I mean, you came from basketball originally, right?
I came from, I mean, I was in martial arts. My original sport was basketball. I love basketball. It's like my baby. And just like that, that's 100 points on the nose. And yeah, you know, my father and Max have been good friends now for a while. For those that don't know, Max's original vision for the sport was when the 1992 USA Dream Team came to Barcelona. And even though Max is Italian, you know, for the USA team with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and of course, we cannot forget about Michael Jordan, making their way to Europe was a big deal. So when Max saw Magic Johnson, he saw how someone was able to affect the game so much just by passing, and that really inspired Max
Sorry to interrupt you on this real quick, because this, I think, is probably the last possession.
Yes.
So everything hinges on this last position, not so much for the Mexican team, but for Catalunya. And once the ball is lost, the game is done, and Mexico wins.
And in quite defeating fashion.
But
and if I'm not mistaken,
Catalunya did play a good game.
Yes,
they tried the best they could against such a powerhouse, and they played with their hearts. They tried to do everything, and it's nice here at the end of the game. The referees are calling the players to the center of the field to say hi to each other, basically, and shake hands.
This is actually a first game that a team has gone over 100 points so far this tournament, and 112 points. That's exactly double what USA did. So they are already in the playoffs, essentially.
Well, we'll see how the next game pans out. The next game is going to be India, Spain.
Yes, and
that'll be very interesting.
That is a very good game because they're both in the same bracket, and that's that's actually not most likely. That is exactly going to be the playoff matchup. It's going to be India versus Spain, because Italy, in their 2 games combined, unfortunately didn't muster enough points to compete with those 2 teams. So we're pretty much going to get a preview of what the playoffs are going to look like tomorrow for that group.
So I think, let's see, India being a young team coming into this.
Yes.
And Spain is the experienced team, the one that they said defeated Mexico.
Yes, which is, it's pretty interesting because the newer team played the same team that the older team played, or the more experienced team played, and the newer team put up more points than the more experienced team. Granted, Italy only scored a single point versus Spain, but that look, I don't want to take it away from Spain.
Definitely.
But in the second game, Italy was far more disciplined when it came to the lane invasions, to the fouls. That also, obviously played a part. So I'm really interested, genuinely, to see how this is going to look between those 2 upcoming.
So we're getting ready to do interviews, and unfortunately, I know that you're going to have to go away because I've been having fun with you here. I'm going to miss you, but I'll see you later on.
I'm going to miss you as well.
All the best down there on the games for you. Nicole's going to come back and fill in your position here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Algo nervioso, iniciamos, pero sacamos el partido adelante. ¿Cómo fue avanzando el juego?
La verdad nos sentimos muy orgullosos del trabajo de todos los chicos. Hoy pues nos tocó dar la entrevista a nosotros, que somos los de experiencia, Tere y un servidor. Pero la verdad, nada que agradecerle a todos los muchachos, dejaron el corazón en la cancha. Yo sé que suena trillado, pero la verdad, los que pudieron ver el partido, creo que se dieron cuenta que todos los muchachos tienen garra, tienen emoción y dejaron todo por el país.
El próximo partido va a ser con los Estados Unidos. Son viejos rivales, ¿no? Lo hemos encontrado, se lo han encontrado otras veces. ¿Qué piensan? ¿Qué opinan? ¿Qué estrategia van a utilizar?
Que igual vamos a jugar con todo el corazón, darlo todo en la cancha hasta ganarles.
Sí, creo que hay una muy bonita rivalidad deportiva, pero siempre enfatizando que fuera de la cancha somos muy buenos amigos. Ya hemos tenido la oportunidad de poder enfrentarnos contra ellos, que son grandes rivales, y ya los consideramos amigos. Tenemos más de 6 años enfrentándonos, entonces el Fireball nos da ese tipo de experiencias, no solamente el hecho de venir y competir dentro de la cancha, sino generar una hermandad, y creo que eso es lo más importante que nos ha venido Fireball. Obviamente somos mexicanos y queremos dejar el corazón en la cancha, y pues vamos a dejarlo todo para ganar. Vamos a ganar.
Muchas gracias, buena suerte.
Muchísimas gracias.
Chao.
So we just heard the interview with the Mexican players, and I apologize for not being able to translate everything that was said, but I can say that from the gist of it, they are happy with the result, and they probably think they can do better. So now we'll be listening to the Catalonian players interview.
Hola chicos, se enfrentaron con los campeones que de actuales jugaron bien, però cosa opinan del partido que jugaron?
Bueno, primer felicitar-los per la victòria. La veritat que es nota que és un país treballat, és un país que porta temps jugant, i bueno, primer felicitar-los. Després també volia afegir que el que no pot ser és en un partit amb tant de nivell, amb tanta emoció, que el tema d'arbitratge hi hagi 3 àrbitres al camp mexicans i 2 àrbitres mexicans a dalt als ordinadors. Jo crec que això ens ha perjudicat una mica i al final hi havia moltes accions polèmiques que ens han fet que ens anem una miqueta cap avall i que estiguin bastant a favor de Mèxic.
Considerem que el criteri arbitral no ha sigut el mateix cap als dos costats i que això ha marcat molt la diferència i tot i que no hem pogut ser fet el millor partit des del principi, sí que és veritat que ho hem donat tot i ho hem acabat fent molt bé, però potser no havíem començat al 100%, però és que el criteri no ens ha ajudat gens.
¿Quieres hacer un saludo a los amigos catalanos en Cataluña?
¿El qué? ¿El qué?
Un saludo a los amigos catalanos en Cataluña.
Ah, sí, pues le mandamos un saludo muy fuerte para todos por estar viéndonos ahora mismo i res, que moltes gràcies per veure'ns i ho hem intentat i ho hem fet com millor hem pogut.
Que sí, que bueno, ho hem donat tot, ho hem intentat i no ha pogut ser.
Muchas gracias, chicos. Bye-bye.
So we also heard the interview with the players from Catalunya who said basically they found themselves playing with one of the best teams out there. So now we get to see some of the highlights back in from this incredible match. So here we are with the Catalunya team coming onto the pitch as we saw before, and there's the Mexican team. And it's just been a really interesting game. Coach Jaime put in a great team. They did a good job. And the cheers before coming onto the field. And in the background, you can hear the anthem of Fireball. There were some good plays. These overhead plays were interesting. Unfortunately, some didn't go well. And what you just saw there a moment ago was a player who fell down, but everybody was there to make sure he was okay. And I think that's one of the beauties here, that yes, there's competitiveness, there's the want and the desire to do well, to win, but there's something above that. It's caring about the other people, it's caring about those who are there with you. And Fireball cares. That's why it's going to grow. It's going to grow from the caring. I'm lost at words at times because I'm watching the replays as you are, and it's just incredible to see how fast they can move that ball around and get open, spin like they just did now. Sure, there's going to be some minor contact and some attempts to block the ball, but these plays have been just incredible. They've been fast, getting free, open that ball up, that tap right there. That was just an incredible play. That's one of those highlight plays. Yeah, he got it up in the air and just tapped it right over to his own teammate. And they scored over a century. They went over 100 points, and they're going to be a team to deal with here. And the next game, I think, is going to be at 6 o'clock for the Mexicans against another good team, which is the USA. So that's going to be interesting to see how those two teams will face off. This next game coming up, as I said before, was going to be India versus Spain. The new against the old, and I don't mean old as people, as in tradition. So we're going to take a break coming up here very soon, but it's been just beautiful. And again, if sometimes I go quiet because I am so caught up in this game. It is just, I use the word amazing, fascinating, and many other superlatives I could come up with, because it really is. Get involved. Try to find out more about Fireball Extreme Challenge. There's the website, and right now it's streaming on YouTube, Fireball Extreme Challenge. And again, I say hi to all my friends around the world. You guys take care.
Every artwork begins with energy, a vibration that comes from the soul. I blend spirituality, psychology, and neuroscience to transfer pure intention into every stroke. I don't paint with colors, I paint with consciousness, art that elevates space and transforms the mind. Every masterpiece is 100% handcrafted with precision, emotion, and devotion.
Welcome to the first Indigenous Eco-Business Academy, created by 5 founders. An incubator for eco-business ideas, diversified individuals participating from different regions. Learn while immersed in nature. Welcome to Smiley.
People of CSIT, my family.
CSID Games. Hope to see you again in other sport events. Thank you very much.
Every artwork begins with energy, a vibration that comes from the soul. I blend spirituality, psychology, and neuroscience to transfer pure intention into every stroke. I don't paint with colors, I paint with consciousness, art that elevates space and transforms the mind. Every masterpiece is 100% handcrafted with precision, emotion, and devotion.
Welcome to the first Indigenous Eco-Business Academy, created by 5 founders. An incubator for eco-business ideas, diversified individuals participating from different regions. Learn while immersed in nature. Welcome to Smiley.
Sei un'associazione sportiva o di promozione sociale? Sei un'organizzazione di volontariato o un altro ente di terzo settore? Affiliati ad AICS. Garantisce ampie coperture assicurative ai tuoi soci e tessere adatte a tutte le tue attività sportive e culturali. Come rete associativa sa guidarti nel mondo del registro unico del terzo settore. Consulenti qualificati ti assisteranno di fronte ai cambiamenti normativi e fiscali. Vuoi una vetrina per le tue attività? AICS ti porta anche in radio e in TV. Diventa grande. Scegli AICS. www.aics.it.
Feel the world turn. Take the globe in your hand. It's a movement we can all understand. Hold your arms out, find the hand of a friend. There's a message that we all need to send. There's a message. Let's keep on fighting till the end. Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on.
Let your heart beat with the rhythm of sharing. Let your brothers and sisters see the fire in your eyes, the steel in your daring. Go the distance you can reach. For the sky. Go the distance, it's your time. It's your time, it's your time, it's your time. No letting go, no compromise.
Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. It's not the win. It's not the win.
It's not the game.
It's not the game.
It's not the glory. It's not the fear.
It's not real. It's not the dream. It's how we make each other heroes in our story. Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace. Whatever life throws our way, whatever the doubters say, together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace. Pass it on, pass it on.
It all began with an idea.
He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. Light a fire they can't put out, carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up shit since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreign.
Could have been 30, could have been a G. Should've never snitched, white tickets to police. Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street. Looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. Whenever on stage and a million gets made. I need that freeze. I feel sorry for skeptics, they copy these flow, but they say that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy alone in my studio. Put them in a coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got half of the price of a kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that
right bitch on this possibility. My two left feet and read by trying to get free. Now she a free, that should've never let the bitch alone when my seat. My shot a bitch skip it, probably my feet bust, talking about the deep talk. Oh my God.
Welcome back to Fireball Extreme Challenge World Cup. We are so happy to be back. We are just about to watch India versus Spain.
Actually, besides being happy to be back and about to watch India versus Spain, we're about to watch the old versus the newcomers into the game, and also a team with history, which is Spain.
I love it.
So right now we're going to be showing the rules as we've been doing throughout the whole afternoon. Just a point we'd like to make. We started this morning with the first set of games, and we're now in the second round of the afternoon. This is the second game. There will be one more game later on, which will be a very interesting game, as this will, because we've been watching India practice. As we said yesterday in the opening ceremony, they've been practicing together 6 months, 6 days a week.
Intense.
They've traveled intense. They traveled from so far to get here, and they really, really have given us a display of humility and humanity at the same time. They're really out there putting their hearts into everything they do. But we've seen the same from Spain, a team that, you know, is a team to be reckoned with. They're probably the only ones that beat Mexico, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that
so
is right.
there's a lot to be said. Even the Spanish team is a younger team. They got back together recently, and they've been practicing. They have a really good coach, and we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Now, as what's scrolling on the screen are the rules of the game. There's not that many rules to be said. I mean, you know, there's predominantly 5 major rules, but one specifically is the point count. Every time you pass the ball, it's a point. If you pass the ball successfully, obviously. So that's the important thing. Now here you see the lights come on, and we see Spain come running onto the field.
Fantastic. Let's go, Spain.
Now here they are. They're lining up and getting ready. And Spain is on the field. And the field of play. So, and the next team to come in will be obviously the Indian team, since they'll be playing India. We just finished watching a really good match between Mexico and Catalunya. Mexico dominated point-wise, but Catalunya put on a very good display. at the end, it was the beauty of it all was the sportsmanship between the two teams. And we hope this continues throughout the rest of the tournament. And that's what we've seen so far is a lot of care and sportsmanship. But here is India now.
India.
So let's hear a round of applause from the spectators
Taking
for
the
India.
Court. Let's go, Team India. Sometimes traveling more than 2 hours to get to practice.
Oh, yes.
Taking more than 48 hours to get here. And you just saw one of the sponsors for Team India, the commitment and the
I'm just
pure
fascinated about them. Last night was a lot of fun. One of the players, it was his birthday, so all the players from the other team were singing happy birthday. But right now, we're going to be listening to the national anthems. You can see it in the eyes of the players, the intensity as they're listening to their national anthem. And now for the Indian national anthem. All right. That was really intense there for the two teams.
Beautiful.
And now, if I remember how it started off before, the teams will now cross over in the middle of the court and shake hands. It's all about sportsmanship here, all the way through.
It is, always. It's a family. It's a family sport. They pick each other up when they fall down,
Exactly.
even if they're on opposing teams. You don't always see that in sport.
No, exactly. And I saw a lot of carrying action. I also enjoyed, I talked to the Spanish coach at lunch. We were in line together getting something. And I was talking about how, you know, the team is from Barcelona predominantly. So we had been to Barcelona to visit, and Barcelona is very pretty. And I liked his comment about Italy. He says, but Italy too is very pretty. And it's right. But what we're getting to is that anywhere in the world can be pretty. It's what makes it pretty is also the people. And that's what makes this sport pretty and beautiful. It's the people. And it's always about the people and the game. So family, friends, let's get involved in this game. Enjoy it. And as I said before, if sometimes we slow down the commentary, it's not that we don't want to tell you what's going on. I think we just caught up with what's going on because it's just really fascinating, really quick. The motion, the dance in a way, the fireball dance is what I would call it. You can see how the players get on the field and try to open up for the moves and how they move left, right, up, down, everywhere. It's just really great.
Fireball is community, online, on the court, in communities all over the world. Fireball is about community.
In fact, I think one of the things we mentioned yesterday during the ceremony, the opening ceremony, we talked about just rediscovering our communities through Fireball.
Absolutely, absolutely. You are watching history in real time as we get started. India versus Spain. You are witnessing the athletes who are about to change the future of global competition. First mandatory co-ed sport, Fireball Extreme Challenge. Take a look at how they're setting up. Every team does it differently. Sometimes they fold to the center. Many coaches recommend that they are spreading out across the court. Let's see how Spain does it. They're first up in the captain's lane.
Oh, here there was an issue to get a ring off. Somebody couldn't get their ring off because you don't want jewelry on the court.
Absolutely no jewelry, no earrings, no rings, no nothing. It's one of the rules.
And unfortunately, because he hadn't taken it off before, they lose 2 points to start with.
Okay.
That was a simple error, but let's hope that...
And I give a lot of credit and a lot of respect to the judges table, all of our referees. About 4 or 5 years ago, I helped Max Bartoli with the translation of the rule book. And while there are simple rules to play, there are many rules that they must know in order to judge the game. So I give them a lot of credit. And one of the elements of Fireball is a player may not contest directly to a ref. They must go to their coach, and the coach will then make the decision as to whether or not to bring it to the judges table.
So something's been called for a time while they're debating this, up above at the judges table. They're talking about I think it looks like they were just making sure that they all didn't have any jewelry on amongst the other things. And yep, and I see some other players removing bracelets. I think India has one of the youngest players on the team. One of the youngest players in the tournament is from India.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
So yes, the players are coming back out, getting ready to set up. As you saw, they were setting up, and Evan and I were having a conversation before because we were joking about offense and defense because we knew what we were talking about, but you're so used to saying that the people with the ball is the offense, but the people with the ball is defense. They're actually defending the ball, and they have 12 plays to put the ball in play, 12 different team captains that get to rotate around to move the ball and put it in play, and then the other team does. So here's the first of the plays, and Spain's opening up the field. First passes are successful.
Pass. One pass, 1 point.
So, as I said, Spain, India start off with the -2, and Spain's at 3 with the 3 passes, and they got the points. I don't know if they called a foul or not. They're calling a holding foul.
You can only hold the ball for 2 seconds.
Right.
You must be in motion at all times.
And get it out of the way quick, and so you don't stop. And India's got its first foul, 1 foul. Now players can have up to 2 fouls. They can be benched for about a minute or so. If not, if they go to 3, they're actually suspended from the game.
Yeah.
Or, as we say, ejected. So right now, Spain's ball. They're getting ready to sit up again. It's interesting, the lineup. Each team does it different, you were saying, and that's true.
Yeah.
But from each team that can watch the other team play, there's things to learn. And then as in any game in sport, there's always something you can learn from something else.
And best believe the arena is filled with the other teams watching what's happening on the court, which I love. This game is fast, fierce, unpredictable, with genius-level strategy wrapped in explosive athleticism. That is Fireball Extreme Challenge. I cannot wait for this game to kick off so we can really see some of that ball movement. That's what I'm looking for.
In fact, right now, what you see, the first few plays are more like studying the adversary and getting to know, okay, what's the best move. In fact, now they've changed the approach. They're not standing in the middle as they did before, and they're on the running back and forth, and the ball is in play. And it went out of bounds, and it comes back to play. So we're looking at the score. It's just 7 to -2. So Spain's up 9 points right now.
You know, the resilience of Team India, despite 48 hours of travel, they scrimmaged within about 12 hours of landing, and it just was extraordinary. They have brought their A game from the minute they've touched the court. So I'm excited to see what they do today.
And one of the things
Go,
that's
here
interesting.
we go. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Spain's
That's what you want to see. This is what you want to see.
Spain had control, and they were moving the ball. In fact, they went up to 15 points to still -2. But one of the Indian players managed to leap up there in the sky and grab that ball and move it out of the way, which saved a lot more points. So he did a good job, and that's interesting because he's an offensive player because he's trying to take the wall away, but he was a defensive move to save.
Yeah.
So you can understand how we can get confused ourselves as saying defense and offense, but follow me on this one specifically. So again, now they've changed back to the initial strategy of lining up in a straight line through the center of the court, waiting to call for a split, and there'll probably be a call, and they'll spread out so they can spread the field and try to get the ball into play.
Number 12 looking for her first pass. She's studying each of her teammates. She's studying their location, their position, and we are off. Boom, first. Let's go, let's go.
Intercepted by India.
Intercepted India.
So India managed to intercept the play. That was a good try. They were giving themselves high fives. They got 1 point back. So instead of being at -2, they're at -1. But all these can change real quick. We saw that with Spain. Spain was down 20 points and then came back to win by, what, 70 points?
That's what we say. Fast, fierce, unpredictable. This game can flip in a matter of minutes.
Definitely.
And we saw that with an earlier match. It literally can switch in a matter of minutes. Spain is in the captain's lane, and the ball is in motion. Pass. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. Every time you see a pass, that is 1 point, and they can rack up very quickly. We talked about on a previous broadcast. I was in Mexico, and I saw the world record in fireball. It was extraordinary. It was 50-something passes, if you can imagine.
And that was Mexico, I take it.
Yes, it was a Mexican regional championship, and it was extraordinary to see.
Well, here, what fascinates me is the hand-eye coordination with the ball. Unfortunately, sometimes you move too quick, thinking that you already have the control of the ball. You have to take that 1 split second to hold on to that a little bit longer and get the points. Each play now, I've been seeing different setups on the court, and this is another one which is again to confuse the offensive team and to get your play out, and they're doing exactly that.
Good, you saw him pass it to himself,
intercepted.
And an interception. India now has possession.
So India is out of the hole. They've come up, it's 21-5. Again, you might not think it's many points, but it has a lot of meaning when you come out from that minus and you're up to 5. Just a few more passes and you'd be catching up. So things can change rapidly.
Keep in mind, if you cannot find someone to pass to, you can pass it to yourself, pop it up in the air, catch it, and throw. You may see that.
Pass saves it, gives you that extra step, and then that moment to see that somebody gets freed up. What I can see happening is I think both teams are finally warming up to what's going on around them.
Yeah.
And they're starting to play better. I see India being more proactive, coming to the we're going to use the word defense of the ball, even though they're basically the team in offense. And Spain is being very cautious, not taking things too lightheaded about it or lighthearted about it. They're actually being very cautious, and they're going back to the initial formation. But they're standing around, jumping around there in the circle as they can move to then open up the field and try to get a free pass into the gameplay of game.
Absolutely. Watching that captain's lane, he is looking for his first pass. This really predicts where they're going. Take a look at how they're moving this ball.
So they were starting to work on an opening, but a player from India managed to come in between the two players and knock the ball away.
Absolutely.
So we just had a substitution.
And those move very quickly. You only have a few seconds for a substitution. And if not, there will be a penalty.
And if you, I mean, you need the substitution to catch your breath every now and then
You
because
do.
you don't get a chance to stop.
You do.
I look down on the court and I can see all the Spanish players dancing around there. Basically, I mean they're jumping, moving, and they got rhythm going there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful game to watch.
Every
and here
moment.
we go again. They go
Every
open
moment.
up, nice self pass, out of pass.
Pass, pass, pass. Oh, yes, pass. Keep going, keep going. This is what we want to see.
They're doing
Look
a
at
lot.
this ball movement.
Oh, finally got interrupted, but that was a lot of passes. They went up to 37 points. They are really starting to show their experience to the Indian team.
Yes.
But don't ever count a team out until the end, because when the Indian team will come up to be in the captain's lane, many things can change. And that's what we were talking about before, how fast things can change.
The game moves
But you can see the
with such
enthusiasm out there.
momentum. So much. It's so much heart, so much love and passion for their teammates, for this game, for winning. There are so many people planning on bringing that beautiful trophy back home.
So we lost out on what's happening there. There was a call of sort. I think one of the calls that was just going on is that they were talking about not talking to the referees directly again, or that you had. So we're trying to see and find out what's going on here.
We got a clothing violation.
So
And a substitution. Team India substitution. Here's the coach from Team India. And we are back in play. We are back in motion.
but the clothing violation had any points deducted?
I don't see it yet. Looks like they got a warning. And we are back in. This game is moment to moment momentum. There is no standing still. There is no stopping to look where you want to throw the ball. It is constant momentum and motion. So predicting who to throw it to, you have to move as a collective. You have to move almost with one brain as you
Well-
are moving across this court.
So right now there's a timeout just to focus again on what needs to be done. But interesting enough, what you're saying, it's one of those things that really catches you in this game. You and I talked about it before. It's like playing chess. And I've said this before in other portions of the broadcast. You have to think ahead. The coaches are thinking ahead, but they're trying to get that into the player's head to think ahead. So you got to get yourself positioned, and you want to get yourself in a position where you can open up the court very easily. You don't want to get caught in a corner where, we always say you're in the corner, it's difficult to get out.
Yeah, exactly. And there we have the countdown, and we are back in. The countdown reminds me of something from Jurassic Park, like they're going to release the raptors on zero. Here we go. Spain in the captain's lane. Let's see how many they can move it.
And this is another design play that they're moving it quick.
Oh,
And India managed to intercept it. It was a nice attempt, nice to break out, but India got in between and they managed to stop this progression. Again, it would have been an interesting progression because he was all by himself once he had gotten that ball and turned around.
Yes, absolutely. Spain was not expecting him. There we can see fans, sponsors, family from Team India coming all the way out to join them. Spectacular. We have Spain back in the captain's lane. Let's see what they do.
Oh, so this is a different scheme completely of what they want to do.
Completely different. They are trying different. They're mixing it up to keep India on their toes. Absolutely.
Right.
And he's thrown it to himself. You saw that.
Oh, unfortunately, they collided and lost the ball.
Yeah.
But they still got some points there. But again, 42-5.
Yes.
But India has not had control of the ball yet. So it'll be interesting to see what India can do once they get control of the ball.
Absolutely. That self-pass is a real gift, but you've got to be ready with your next person to pass to.
Oh, definitely. Oh, as a matter of fact, it's India's turn now up on the
right.
lane. So we're going to see what India can do here.
Love it.
And see how Spain sets itself up to defend its lead.
Perfect. We've got a substitution for Team India. Every substitution, every break, every pause, water break, they're required. This game never stops. You are constantly in motion. Number 1 in the captain's lane for Team India.
I think we had a lane violation.
I do believe, yeah.
He ran too close to the lane.
Yeah.
So it's replay ball possession. So the same player puts it back into play.
Pointing out our referees are coming from all over the world as well. India, Mexico, the United States, the head of our judges panel, Georgetta, coming from the United States.
Oh, yes. And again, that just proves the capacity of this game to be expanded all around the globe.
All over the world. That's
Yes.
the goal. That's the goal. And also pointing out that we have some teams that weren't able to make it but are actively playing.
I heard in Canada as well.
Canada, across Africa. Yes, absolutely. In the UK, there are teams out there that are coming together. This is possible in every community of the world, and that is the goal, really, that people understand that playing Fireball is accessible, and it is a beautiful, beautiful game.
So here we are putting the ball back into play.
Here we go. Team India, Team India.
So they're starting to move the ball around. Spain is doing a great job of protecting the capacity of India to make points.
Yeah.
And they're very much involved. Again, you can see the defense in office, but there's no, I don't see any violence out there. I don't see any, it's just a game and try to maintain what you're supposed to do, and with respect again towards the opponent.
Yeah.
And that's the essence of this game. As I said before, several broadcasts that we've been doing today, respect is a major word of the Fireball creed.
Yes, it is. And it's a game of powerful presence. You have to be so present to be moving and moving the ball at the same time.
So in just this few controls, it's now 42-13. So India has come back up a little bit.
Yeah. And one play can completely turn the game around.
It definitely can. We saw that earlier on with Spain, how they just broke out real quick. I'm sorry, with Spain. With Mexico against Catalunya, they were down, and all of a sudden they just went up.
Absolutely. So here we have India back in the captain's lane. First throw makes all the difference. It's the pace setter. There we go, and we're off. Little self-toss, and intercepted by Spain.
And once you intercept the ball, it's not that you take over the ball completely, but you can pass the ball and make points.
Yes.
And
Spain has possession.
As long as they have possession, they have the points.
And watch, their points are racking up. 56, 57, 58.
So that was a costly mistake, unfortunately, by India. But there's still time to move forward.
Absolutely. Things can turn around in a Fireball game in a moment.
Now this is the fourth ball possession for India. So there's still 8 more ball possessions for them. So each ball possessions you can make points, and it depends how the ball possessions move forward, how many points you can make. But the important thing is don't lose points.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
the other thing is points also add up for moving into the next level. So it helps if you can achieve a good amount of points to move on to the semifinals.
Absolutely. And India. I can't help but think as we're sitting here, I think we are witnessing history here.
Oh,
I
yes.
truly believe that we are about to see a sport that is going to take over the world. The ability to play, you know, anywhere with a single ball. I mean, this is a beautiful court, but you don't need it to play fireball. We see
and that's
fireball.
the importance also,
Yeah,
that you can play it anywhere.
Anywhere, on the beach, on a dirt road, in a basketball court. You see fireball can be played quite literally anywhere, on grass, anywhere.
So if I'm not mistaken, there's a penalty against Spain, and it stays possession for India, so they get to repeat the possession. So it's still the 4th or 5th possession.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's been a call for a lane violation for the neutral zone violation, but at the same time, the player seemed to have been a little bit forced into that. So I don't know how it's going to be called or counted.
Number 10, India neutral line invasion. Lose ball possession.
So they lost the ball possession because of a line invasion. He seems to be very upset with himself.
You know, the mental reset that you see these athletes perform on every play,
Right.
it's pretty incredible, really, to think about it.
But this is, we're talking before with Evan, this game not only teaches you about playing about yourself, but also teaches you about life in general, of how to deal with things, because here you have to cope with situations that are real quick.
Yeah, it's a quick recalibration and return to focus. It's really incredible.
So
And the composure of these players.
So here's a pushing foul.
España empujó. Cambia India, substitution India. Repeat ball possession.
So they keep ball possession because of the foul.
Yes.
Which is interesting, and this is another first foul. So Spain has 2 players with 1 foul each. And there's a substitution in Spain. So we're trying to look down at the court and see how they're spreading out and setting up and maintaining that ball possession. So she's going to put the ball in play. She is the acting captain right now, and here we go off. Didn't get the ball in fast enough.
Not quite, not
But
quite.
I think they called a foul. Another, either, yeah, they're going to call a foul on that. There was a slight bump. And these are not nasty fouls, etc. This is body contact does happen in this playing field.
Número 6, India. Jugador número 5. 6th play for India, player number 5.
So they call, player number 5 has to come put the ball back into play.
She's finding her next pass.
Yeah, Spain is really doing a good job of protecting them.
Keeping it in motion. Let's see India work. Let's see India work. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, they were a good attempt. They were trying to get out. They got some points. So it's 58-21, but Don't count India out yet, because they are trying, and you can see that if they get those little breakout moments, you can get a lot of points.
You absolutely can. Yes. You can feel the intensity building. They're waiting for that momentum to come together.
So there's some talk on the field of who has to come in to play the ball. But as I said, it's 58-21. You can still get your points up and keep on going.
You can.
But then it's also true that Spain can intercept and rack up points too.
And rack up points too. That is a really unique differentiation from what we're used to in other sports. Imagine playing American football like that.
Well, actually, you can intercept the ball and score a touchdown. But if you get turned around, you can score a touchdown on your own side of the field, which is a touchback. So that can get to be a bit confusing. Let's stick to this where we can follow it. See, the beauty here, there's no goals, there's no end zone or anything. There's the captain's lane to put the ball back in play, a neutral zone, and then the rest of the field. If India can get the ball in play, once the ball starts going, it's passes, and then those passes count for points. That's 1, that's 2, 3, and it got intercepted. Not intercepted, sorry, but tapped away. But they're getting some points. This is 58-25. So now there's a substitution coming on for India. And India's getting ready again to put the ball in play. So, you know, the switch over captain for the captain's lane. So it's the 7th ball possession for India. Now each ball possession is where you make the points. However, sometimes the same ball possession can come on 1 or twice because of possibility of fouls. So you maintain the ball possession. They have 30 seconds to put it back into play once the 5-second countdown is over. And the player's trying to find out if there's anybody that's open.
This first pass is so critical.
Right, and it opens up the field because you got to see what happens afterwards.
Absolutely. It sets the tone. And we're off. Here we go, and loss of it as soon as we caught it.
They did get 1 point.
They did, yeah.
But Spain really was protecting the whole field. They were not allowing them to open up. So now it goes to the, I think the, so there's a, okay, so it's a substitution, and it's the 8th ball possession. So India is basically coming down to the next 4 ball possessions with this one to make a difference here. Now, we're not rooting for the underdog or anything. It has nothing to do with that. We just want to see a good game.
We just want to see a good match, exactly.
And Spain is really, really doing a great job out there. And
keeping it moving, keeping it moving. Let's go, let's go.
They're
keeping it moving. Absolutely, point. This is incredible. 1 pass, 1 point. They did it. They got that momentum this time. That's what we want to see. We want to see the ball move.
And they were actually doing pretty good there. They finally got it. They got it going. So they gained a lot of points. It's 58-26, if I'm not mistaken.
Beautiful.
So a foul was called against number 6. So here is where India will have a chance. One of the players for Spain is out for third foul. And so it'll be 7 against 6. And it's important, this point for India, for being able to rack up points right now when they have superiority on the field.
Yes.
But don't forget, you're playing against a team that does know how to defend the field.
Yes. Here we go. Oh, and we are intercepted by Spain.
And even in that situation, they lost the ball, and that could
Incredible.
that could be a costly loss.
They are moving this ball.
That is a costly loss.
67, 37.
They had a chance for easy breakout, and unfortunately the ball was lost.
And Spain took it. Spain was
And that's what I was saying. Right then I was saying don't count Spain out for this because they are really good at defending.
Yeah.
I think we've had another timeout called by the teams. Still another 30-second timeout just to regroup, getting ready towards the last few plays available. And, you know, unfortunately, games do come to an end at some point or another. And you feel for these young people who are out there that have traveled so far and they want to do well and move forward. I think India is in a good position to move forward, regardless of the points, because they did a pretty good first game. And yeah, we're looking at possibly some of the semifinalists right now.
We sure are. We sure are. Another substitution for India.
Right.
Again, getting rest, getting water, keeps you resilient on the court. They're highly encouraged.
I think the Spaniards are still baking with 6 players and not 7.
We have number 9 in the captain's lane.
They're trying to find out what number should come up to on the rotation of who just served. So they have to rotate out, and the captain's lane serve.
Here we go. Every single player will be in the captain's lane. That's a really key differentiator of this sport. Every player. And they are off. They are moving that ball. Moving the ball. Excellent.
So
you see how quick that score can come up.
Right. So 67-43. Now, I don't know if it was called a foul or just a lost ball. So it's the 10th possession. So actually, the 10th possession leaves 2 more possessions.
This game could change in this moment. That is how explosive Fireball is.
And again, Spain is still playing 6 against 7. Spain has shown its talent, but so has India.
Absolutely.
Regardless of the scores, you can see the effort, the care, and the willingness to do well out there.
Yeah.
Now in the captain's lane, number 9 for India is trying to put the ball back in play. If they can get this
We are
going.
off. Let's go, India. Come on, come on.
Keep it going.
Keep it going, keep it going. Presence, focus, determination. That was an excellent play.
It sure was. And again, 67-49. Considering where they were, that's a pretty good turnout of points.
That's an excellent, excellent play. Look at that ball movement. You know, and I'll give it to the FXC camera crew out here today, headed up by Jair and others. It's extraordinary, the ability for us to capture this ball moving this fast. Unbelievable.
In fact, we're up here at the booth and we look down sometimes and it's difficult for us to see everything that's going on. Thank you for those cameramen out there.
Yeah.
They're allowing us to catch the scene.
Got another substitution for Spain.
And now I think Spain is back to 7 players in the court. And another substitution also for India. Yes.
Before announcing substitution, player 1 of India came into the game without announcing a substitution, -2 points.
Unfortunately, India lost 2 points because they didn't announce the substitution. They just took on a substitution. They were supposed to announce it. These are mistakes that are from being new at the game, obviously.
Yeah.
And also, you're caught up in the score and you want to do better, and you want to get out there quick and help your team because there's this passion in there to do well.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, that can lead to mistakes.
Yeah. India back in the captain's lane. Let's see what they can do.
It's a full court now on both sides, so they got
Here we
the
go.
ball off.
All right, let's keep going. Let's see it, India. Let's see it. Let's see it.
They got a violation for too many steps at the ball, unfortunately.
India more than 2 seconds. Más de 2 segundos, India.
But they still got a few points, so we're at 67-50. Unfortunately, I think we're closing into the... Unfortunately, this is it for India. This is their last possession. They got to try to get 17 points to try to tie the game. But whatever they do, they've got our hearts because they really played a great game, and they're doing the best they can with the inexperience. They have 6 months of practice in some really adverse conditions too, and they put their hearts into everything they're doing, and you can still see that out on the field. So as I said, it's their last possession. If they lose the ball, there was a lane violation that slows down the game. So they get to put the ball back in play in a moment, and they're calling it a right.
There we go.
We saw the toe on
it.
this instant replay. You can see the toe coming into the neutral lane. So
The camera work again.
exactly.
Extraordinary.
So it should be minus 2 points. So 67-50. Minus 2 points. So it goes to 65-50, and India needs to get 15 points. You never know. You never know.
That's true. That's true. For those of you at home that are not familiar, the fireball is about the size of a size 1 soccer ball.
And it gets to be slippery towards the end of the game.
It sure does. It sure does. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Anything is possible.
Well, that ball was taken away, and unless it was a foul, it's game. I think they raised the flags, though. Yeah, they raised the flags, and they called the game on that last play because there was no foul, and the game ended like that. So it was. So again, 65 Spain.
What an incredible game.
It was.
This
and here
has
they go.
been
They're saying hi.
fantastic.
They're saying hello. But have you noticed that they're sitting very close to each other in the dining hall? We have a dining hall here in the complex, and they sit close to each other. So sure, there's the will and the passion and the desire to win out there on the field. But more than anything else, we're winning in the unity of the sport, in the friendship and fun off the court as well.
And it's not just dinner. There's games going on all
they're playing
night.
ping pong. I saw them.
Card games. People are enjoying themselves and one another. This sport builds community.
That's
locally, globally, everywhere. This sport is about community.
And what I see is the Spanish team out there cheering the Indian team, recognizing the effort of the team. Don't forget, Spain has some legacy. It's been around for a while, has a really good, talented coach. And India is young, new team.
Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to India. What a fantastic match. I'm so impressed by what I've seen out there today. Now, who do we have coming up next?
So, the next game, you really want to talk about that?
I want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, we might take a little break pretty soon, but I know that they're in the building somewhere. The two teams are warming up and practicing and getting ready to come out here because the next game is going to be the game to watch, Mexico versus the United States. So USA team lost 2 times to Mexico, some burning defeats from what I heard.
Yeah.
But they want to do something, come back and try to win tonight. Of course they want to try to win. Mexico is a very strong team. We were doing the broadcast with Evan, and I was watching how he was getting excited watching Mexico play because they can really move that ball around. Really good team. Team USA did very well in its first match. This is the last match of the day coming up. we'll see what this leads to. What it should lead to is the semifinals, and we'll see how this all pans out. Right now, congratulations to the Spanish team.
Congratulations to Spain. What a great game.
And
Even playing with 6 people.
Yes, exactly. But I think, you know, a lot has to be said about India. A lot. They're traveling here. They came from so far away. The time differences and the experience. In fact, if you think about it, the mistake before with the substitution, that comes from a bit of a lack of experience. So you know, it takes a little while to get used to this stuff.
What a great match. We're going to come up to interviews next. I see 2 members of Team Spain going out for their interview, so that should be coming up very shortly.
And it will be then followed by 2 members of the Team India.
Absolutely.
Now, just look at that. There are players from the Catalonian team saying hi to players from the Spain team. So
yes.
Really getting close. So now we're going to listen to the interviews, and we'll come back to you.
Fantastic.
Chicos, super éxito. La España es regresada la ganadora. Con felicidades. Díganos cosas piensan de esos partidos, por favor.
Bueno, han sido unos partidos pues muy difíciles, intensos, y sobre todo la última ronda que estábamos con uno menos pues nos ha costado bastante, pero bueno, yo creo que lo hemos podido sacar bien, con las ganas de todo el equipo, y al final eso es lo que importa.
Al final lo que tenemos que estar es muy concentrados entre todos y da igual las adversidades que nos pongan, hay que estar focus para seguir jugando este juego.
Ahora vamos a ver cuántos puntos, cómo se van en la, quién van a enfrentar el próximo. ¿Están listos por México o Estados Unidos?
Sí, bueno, puede venir México, Estados Unidos, el equipo que quiera, que estamos preparados y vamos a darlo todo, sea como sea.
Pueden venir partidos muy intensos, pero todavía no hemos ganado nada y hay que seguir luchando.
Excelente. ¿Quieres decir algo a los españoles en España?
Bueno, que muchas gracias a la gente que nos esté viendo, la gente que nos apoya, y que nada, un abrazo a todo el mundo y a seguir.
Un saludo a toda la familia que nos ve desde casa, que estamos pensando siempre en ellos. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, hasta luego. Buena suerte.
If you're wondering, Max Bartoli doing those interviews, the
Yes.
founder of Fireball Extreme Challenge.
And he's pretty good with his Spanish. I smiled a little bit over the conversation because one of the players, when they asked about who would you like for the next game, Mexico or U.S., and they said, "Oh, don't worry, we're ready for both." so they're ready to go.
I
for
love
this.
the swagger. I
know.
love the swagger.
But still, nothing like, oh, we're the best and that's it. No, it was
Okay, guys.
congratulating the
Spain,
other team too.
you know, it was a tough one, but you did very, very well. It was a very close match. First of all, congratulations. What do you think about this match?
हमें ये लगता है कि हमने अपना बेस्ट दिया बट कुछ पोजीशंस या कुछ थ्रो हमने गलत करे. वी विल ट्राई नेक्स्ट मैच और बेस्ट. थैंक यू.
तो हम बस अभी यही कहना चाहेंगे कि हम अपने आने वाले मैचों में बहुत अच्छा करेंगे और दिखाएंगे जीत के कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं.
Okay. Good luck. You want to give a message to your friends and family at home?
मैं बस इंडिया को यही कहना चाहूँगी कि हम अपने नेक्स्ट मैच में जो हमने अभी गलतियाँ करी है इस मैच में वो हम नहीं करेंगे और वी विल ट्राई बेस्ट ओवर इन नेक्स्ट मैच.
मैं भी यही बोलना चाहूँगा कि आने वाले मैचों में हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे और जीत के दिखाएंगे. और मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ लर्न टू फिट का, जिन्होंने हमें बहुत ज़्यादा स्पॉन्सर किया हुआ है. तो धन्यवाद लर्न फिट टू एंड स्पोर्ट्स इंडिया.
You're welcome, but I was just informed that India is first in your group. 116 points against 113 points of Spain. So you will be meeting and competing against the second in the Group B. Let's see who is going to be. Good luck with that. Bye, guys.
Amazing. You know, they talked about saying hello to people back home. The hearts holding this team back home are many. It is so beautiful to see. One of the members of Team India, Utsep, was showing me a post that went out on Instagram. 22,000 likes in 30 minutes of posting.
Wow.
So the hearts back home are sending love to this team, and I know they feel it.
They deserve the love back home and our love here. In fact, here they come in on these highlights. it was a good game. As I said, some of the inexperience comes out to play, but Team India really came here to play. They just didn't come here to visit Italy or get some sunshine. They didn't need that. They came here because they wanted to play.
Yes, yes.
But Spain is also ready and basically saying, okay, wait a minute, you got to go through us if you want to go somewhere. It happened. But if they played a good game, both teams played hard, and you can see the intensity of these young men and women that are there, and they're trying to get this ball going. Look at all those passes. That's where they were racking up a lot of points. They really had a good thing, and finally it got broken up. But I think what really hurt is when they had a good breakout and they lost the ball, and that's probably one of the crucial points in the game that turned the game around between Spain and India.
It can be just one play that turns the page.
It really can.
It's incredible. You are seeing intensity, momentum, emotion, power, resilience.
And you can see that, like the last player that just saw on the side, and the coach yelling, vamos, vamos, and you can see the intensity of the players. But again, I go back to what it's all about. It's that afterwards we're all sitting together, smiling together, and having fun.
In community, absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this team. Spain moving forward as the victor in this match. We have a fantastic match coming up in just a few minutes.
Oh, yes.
I am looking very forward to it. This is our final score, 65-53, Spain over India. Many, many more to come. And you'll see the current standings. India is in #1 with 116 points.
So right now, the 6 teams, a few of them have already played two games. That would be India, Spain, and Italy. Mexico, Catalunya, and USA have all played one game.
One game.
Sorry, I apologize. Catalunya played 2 as well. So it's Mexico and USA. So we're going to be back here to see USA, to see and comment the USA-Mexico or the Mexico-USA. And it's going to be an intense game, a wonderful game. And we'll be there cheering on both teams.
You do not want to miss this next one. It is Max Aura on the court. I cannot wait to see it. This is going to be really, really exciting. So come back. We're live in just a little bit, and we can't wait to have you back. Welcome, Fireball Extreme Challenge World Cup, sport in motion. Truly, the players are just sort of taking the court, stretching. You'll see some of them coming out here and there. This is a wrap. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
So we're going to close off, and don't go away. We won't.
Exactly.
Welcome to the first Indigenous Eco-Business Academy, created by 5 founders. An incubator for eco-business ideas, diversified individuals participating from different regions. Learn while immersed in nature. Welcome to Smiley.
Sei un'associazione sportiva o di promozione sociale? Sei un'organizzazione di volontariato o un altro ente di terzo settore? Affiliati ad AICS. Garantisce ampie coperture assicurative ai tuoi soci e tessere adatte a tutte le tue attività sportive e culturali. Come rete associativa sa guidarti nel mondo del registro unico del terzo settore. Consulenti qualificati ti assisteranno di fronte ai cambiamenti normativi e fiscali. Vuoi una vetrina per le tue attività? AICS ti porta anche in radio e in TV. Diventa grande. Scegli AICS. www.aics.it.
It's a movement we can all understand. Hold your arms out, find the hand of a friend. There's a message that we all need to send. There's a message. Let's keep on fighting till the end. Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on.
Let your heart beat with the rhythm of sharing. Let your brothers and sisters see the fire in your eyes, the steel in your daring. Go the distance you can reach for the sky. Go the distance, it's your time. It's your time, it's your time, it's your time.
No letting go, no compromise. Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. It's not the win. It's not the win. It's not the game. It's not the game. It's not the glory.
It's not the fear.
It's not fear. It's not the dream. It's how we make each other heroes in our story. Whatever life throws our way, unshakable we will stay. Together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace. Whatever life throws our way, whatever the doubters say, together we'll win the day. Whatever we have to face, together we up the pace. Together with power and grace. Pass it on, pass it on. Pass it on,
It all began with an idea.
He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Light a fire they can't put out, carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. These are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up shit since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreign.
Could have been 30, could have been a G. Should've never snitched. Why you taking to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. Whenever on stage and a million gets made. I need that freeze. I feel sorry for Skepta, they copy these flow, but they said that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy alone in my studio. Put them in a coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got half of the price of a kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that
right bitch on the possibility. Fight two left feet, them feet by trying to get free. Now she a free that should've never let the bitch alone when I speak my. Now the bitch skip it, probably my beat bus, talking about the detox. Oh my God.
So here we are. It's the end of day one, the biggest match of the day for some of us.
Yes.
And it's the match between Mexico and the United States of America.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Max Aura match. The
Really?
two teams with the biggest aura. We are so excited. This is one of the most anticipated matchups of the Fireball Extreme Challenge World Cup. Mexico, the reigning champs, defending their crown against a hungry and electric Team USA. This is more than a match. It's legacy all day. I cannot wait to see this. Is going to be fantastic. I anticipate a very, very electric performance by both teams tonight.
Well, I fully agree with you. I don't know what other superlatives to add to all this because I've been watching them prepare over the past 2 days, some of the training, and just being really mesmerized by what I've seen out there of these players. The will, desire, the fire. Even with Evan, I could see him so charged. But at the same time, I saw him so caring towards Mexico, and that's what I really, really liked about this. There was this antagonism of wanting to do better than the other team, but in nowhere did I hear anything that sounded like, we really don't care about him. There wasn't that. There was a lot of care. It's the game. It's the beauty. It's the fun of what Fireball Extreme Challenge is. It's a family affair. It's respect. It's inclusiveness. And again, above all, it's having fun.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We are looking forward to this game and getting a bit carried away with this game because it is such an intense. It's going to be such an intense game. The referees are moving to the center, and here come the teams. Now here's Mexico.
Takes the court. We are ready for this one. I cannot wait. Team Mexico, ready to play. They are out here. I love it. I love it.
And you can see it also in their intensity when they come out and how they're ready to play, the coach and the team. This is really going to be interesting. And not too far behind them,
we have Team
USA. I can see them getting ready.
They are bouncy. They are ready to go. Looking forward to this match. They've been looking forward to it since they got here.
And don't forget, if I'm not mistaken on this, Mexico is undefeated.
Mexico is undefeated.
So 6 years of being undefeated.
Yes.
And America had two
sad
losses. But let's go and get rid of those sad losses. Here they are.
Team USA.
Yes.
Darren Williams leading the group out onto the court. They are ready. They are ready. There's Darren Williams. There's our coach, Arnie List, Darren B, Panda. The team is ready to play.
We're now going to hear the national anthems for the two teams. Mexico first.
The emotion.
So we heard the Mexican national anthem, and now we will hear the United States national anthem, Star Spangled Banner.
Fantastic.
You know, as I hear the notes of the Star Spangled Banner, I was visiting the Cathedral of Gloucester in England, and it's where some of the scenes of the Harry Potter movies were shot. But there's a grave there, and it has the American flag at the grave. And the reason being is the person that's buried there is the composer of the music.
Oh, wow.
Of the national anthem.
I did not know that.
So, yes, I do play trivia, Pursuit.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. Mix it up a little. Mix it up.
So,
Darren Williams bringing Team USA together.
And this is how you get ready for getting out there on the court.
They're
and
ready.
You'll be playing against a very good team, which is Mexico.
They are ready. This is what it looks like. This team has come together. I interviewed a couple of them last night at the dinner table. I said, what surprised you most about Fireball Extreme Challenge? One of them said how quickly we came together as a team, how quickly we gelled. I thought that was a really, really telling answer. How fantastic. You can really see this team.
I heard that as well. I remember somebody made a comment about that earlier on today, and I think we actually talked about it maybe in the first game. We touched base upon this because it's just, it really is. You know, from the one, the many, again, we go back to the Pluribusunum, our motto. And here the team is spreading out. So the defensive team that will start first, have 12 rounds of ball possession, is Mexico. And we'll see right away how the teams play out, how it pans out. But we can notice one thing for sure, there's more attention to the lane controls than other teams, and that comes from the experience. Mexico's off, they got the ball going, and they're moving it around.
They are moving this ball. They are moving this ball. Pass, 1 point. Pass, 1 point. Fantastic. Mexico came out swinging. 8 points. That's fantastic.
Now they corrected, I think, one of the last passes that bounced or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So it comes out to 7. So
Team USA is playing heads-up ball. They are ready for this. You can see they are covering their people. You see a little tap with Evan List. And
so
Team
here we
Mexico.
are. We're on the second possession, the captain change, and the second possession for Mexico to put the ball back in play. So here's the countdown, down to 0, and off to the 30 seconds. They're going to be moving around, trying to get the ball, trying to open up the space, and then put the ball in play, and they're off.
Mexico moves the ball effortlessly. They just read one another so well. So I'm excited to see them really get the ball in motion.
So I think the referee is calling, the coach is calling for a substitution.
Yeah.
I think earlier on one of the players fell and needed to just get a breather for the fall.
Yep.
And here again comes experience. The coach called for the change
This
before.
coach is extraordinary. He is an exceptional
But he was a player first.
coach. Yes, he is an exceptional coach. Getting
So
that
we're
ball
watching-
in motion, getting that ball in motion, keeping it moving, One pass, 1 point, keeping it moving. Oh, keeping it moving.
That's amazing. They've got 15 points and not very much time because the game only started a few minutes ago. So they are moving it quite well.
Mexico practices on multiple surfaces. They practice on sand, they practice in gyms, they practice on multiple surfaces, and I think that gives them a real advantage.
Definitely. But they also practice together a lot.
They practice together a lot. They do. That is accurate.
So they're trying to get the ball into play, and USA is starting to learn to protect a bit better, but they're still being able to bring it in that corner there and get out.
Look at that. Look at that pass. Look at that.
I think there was a violation of time there of too many steps.
Something to note from their last match, Mexico has 112 points racked up already. That's pretty fantastic.
So they're ahead of everybody by points, regardless of where they're at.
Got
so
a
there's
substitution.
There are players being changed on both teams. A substitution. And right now we're at 20-0, but as we said it before, This doesn't matter till you get towards the switchovers and you start seeing how the points can change. You can rack up points by just stealing the ball and playing it yourself and get the points back and forth.
That's right. That's right.
So
Mexico getting ready to get this
trying to
ball
call
in
a play,
motion.
trying to get the players to open up. And the USA team is really doing the best it can to guard the players and make sure they can't get the ball into play. So it's really an interesting play. They're trying to break out here. They come for the fast break, hoping to get. There was a lane violation.
Looks like they're trying to figure out who it was on.
Number 24 from USA. 24 USA, lane violation. So it's -2 points. So the United States is at -2 to 20. Again, that -2 can change in a matter of seconds.
You'll see this reset in real time.
And now Mexico has, again, the same ball to put back in play, so they can get points again.
Absolutely. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see this ball movement.
And it's in play. So I don't know if they called it as a foul or just as a collision for part of the game.
Got a substitution, Team US.
Number 12, United States, push.
So they called a foul on number 12, the USA, for pushing. So it's the first foul. Remember, at 3 fouls, the same player, you get suspended, you're out.
Yeah.
2 fouls, you are off the court for a short while.
Repeat ball possession.
And the possession repeats, so they keep on going to possession. Now remember, the possession is interesting because you have 12 possessions, but those 12 possessions could become more when there's fouls because you go back to the possession. So you already had 1 possession, you're still playing with it, you have a foul, you keep on going to that possession. So it's like saying this is possession number 4A, 4B, 4C.
Yes.
But Mexico again.
Here we go, here we go. Oh, wow, this is fantastic. Danny.
Yes, Mexico is
this
really
is fantastic.
playing a great game. We're seeing
Mexico, look at this. Pass, pass.
that was a collision, an involuntary collision, definitely involuntary collision. Maybe I hope she didn't get hurt. They called for a substitution and for a timeout. Please make sure she's okay. It was a head collision, and here come the medics on the court. And let's make sure she's okay. This is just part of the game. It was a collision, not a voluntary foul.
Yeah.
Just those sad things that happen in the game. Yes, 2 players that collide. Well, we'll take a moment and look into what's going on. She's being lifted. They're checking her eyes, making sure she's okay, no spinning head. You know, the old saying of pearl pupils equal and reactive to light. And here comes Max, who wants to check and make sure she's okay. Everybody's cheering her on, and we're joining into cheering her on too.
Absolutely.
You know, Mexico's playing an incredible game. We don't want to see anybody get hurt, which is the essence here too, because one of the things is this is supposed to be a non-contact sport. Unfortunately, sometimes you move fast, you're running around, you're nonstop, you can bump off each other and fall.
Yeah,
you're not falling on water or on the sand. It's a hard surface court. But she's back up and ready to go. There's basically like a medical timeout. So they're asking the teams to be back on the court. And Mexico is doing a substitution. She's coming out just to get her back on her feet in the proper way, that she's doing okay. They were actually making sure she's okay.
Absolutely.
So the team's out there.
You'll see some players wear gloves, others go without. It is totally up to each individual player. Mexico ready to sort of get the momentum back, reset and recover.
So in fact, we noticed that that was not a foul.
Point. USA is really holding the court today. They are really, really holding them. This is great. This is great to see. This is a real competition.
Posesión pelota número 7 por México, jugador número 1. 7 ball possession for Mexico.
So Mexico's at the 7th ball possession. They still have 5 more. Obviously, remember that the ball possession can become with 1 more or 2 more, depending if there's fouls involved. That slows down the possessions or maintains the possession. And they're calling up a play. They're all coming into the middle, and they're going to break out from this. That's what they're doing. But nobody's stopping. Everybody's moving. There they go. They're off. I'm sorry if we weren't saying much that moment because we caught up at the speed of the action. It was amazing.
We got caught up in the speed.
You're watching a great team playing out there because Mexico can play.
This game is fast and fierce.
Yes.
It is totally unpredictable. It can switch in a moment. We saw that with India and Spain just now. This game is fantastic. It's
So now-
really strategy wrapped in explosive movement.
So there was a substitution for the USA as well. And the most important thing at this phase of the game is to contain the team. Obviously, 43 points, you think it's a lot. Don't forget what happened before, how close India came to Catalunya.
Yes, exactly. Team USA staying.
There's a violation of a line on, right, there's a line violation for number 12, USA.
Neutral lane invasion number 12 United States. Número 12.
Yeah. Again, salute to the camera work happening down there on the court. It is exceptional camera work.
Unfortunately, this happens also because there's so much power going on in that game to get there and to be there and protect that you want to be close to your player and unfortunately find yourself so close to that line it doesn't take much to go over it.
Yeah. Arnie List, coach for Team USA, getting his team back in gear, ready for the next captain's lane. Here we go. Explosive movement. Here we go. Here we go. Pass, pass, pass. You saw a self-pass in there. Pass, pass. Look at this. This is incredible. This is strategy. Look at how they're moving this ball. Fantastic. Pass, pass, pass. They are at 63 points, everybody. 64. Pass,
And
pass.
still controlling the ball.
They are still going. Go, Team Mexico. And
it finally got intercepted.
Finally, Team USA got in there. Evan List stopped that possession. 68 points total. Incredible. You can see one play can change the game.
I'm just astonished at the way they're playing. Mexico is really playing tough. We just saw in the replay that Evan's dive basically saved the day there. Because if he hadn't, there would have been a lot more points being racked up. So
yes, yes, yes. You know, in the previous broadcast, we talked a little bit about what these athletes did prior to Fireball. Evan, basketball, football, taekwondo. So he brings a range of sports and skills and mindset to this game.
Well, I think you can add diving because that was a beautiful dive.
Diving, and diving. Absolutely. Here we go, here we go. Pass.
But the speed the Mexicans have on the court is just amazing. It seems like, they've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Probably that's one of the reasons why they have 6 years of being undefeated.
Once that ball hits the ground, We talked about this being a family affair. We have a coach and a player on Team Mexico that are family, and we have Arnie List and Evan List on Team USA that are family. So this truly is a family sport.
I get it. Come on, ridiculous, bro. Well, I'll tell you what, I sure feel like family being here.
Absolutely.
It's just great.
This has been fantastic. This whole week here in Lignano, Italy. What a gift.
Definitely.
Fireball Extreme Challenge is truly, absolutely changing the game.
Well, as you said, what a gift to be here. Lignano Sabbiadoro has really welcomed us. Yesterday there was the inauguration. There were 2 members from the local community, and they were really proud to have us here, and they said that they're willing to help out whatever they can in the near future for other events, and they hope we come back here.
Love that.
And I'd love to come back here myself.
Even this facility has said they've never seen production like this one, which is really a salute to Max Bartoli and the entire FXC team.
Well, there's a few words to be said for the people. I see them standing around here, the cameramen, the sound technicians, everybody that's been involved, the directing from the van, the director. They've just done a wonderful job. They stay in the headphones and give us advice, and I think that's really fun and nice and supportive.
Absolutely.
And it goes back to what this whole game also is. It's supportive. Each one helps each other out. So it's again, it's a global thing. As that World Cup sitting down there that we can see in the distance over there.
That everyone is ready to pack in their suitcase and bring on home. Explosive movement from Mexico. Let's see them do it again. Pass. No, Team USA stepped in. Zinette Hendricks stepping in, handling business on behalf of Team USA. You see Darren Williams on the bench, taking a breath, taking a break. We encourage substitutions in this game. You do not stop moving. You have to break yourself.
So is this, I think, because
Daniela, number 17 for Mexico, in the captain's lane.
Is he calling? Just calling a play.
Yes, yes.
So there are play callings that go on, and there it is. They're all talking about it. So everybody's spreading out, moving around, try to open up.
Daniela was with us at Earth Day 2023 in Italy a couple of years ago. Look at this ball movement, pass. Look at this ball movement, pass. Mexico does it again and again, pass, pass, self-pass.
And finally stopped.
92 points. Mexico is in the building. 92 points. You can see the pride on his face. He's proud of that play.
So there was a timeout called. But again, the good thing about this is, you look at those points and go like, oh my goodness, 92 to -4. It's nothing to despair of because the USA has not had its turn yet up. It's like saying, it's my turn at bat or my turn in offense or other.
Yes, yes, exactly.
But
they could turn this around in a moment. That's what we know about Fireball.
Definitely. But you do have to admit, Mexico is playing an incredible game.
They absolutely are. There we see Zinette and Sav coming out on the court.
First ball possession, United States, player number 2. Primer posición de pelota para los Estados Unidos.
A word from our judges table, Georgetta.
Mexico has done their turn at putting the ball in play. Now it's America's turn, and go Team USA. Let's see what you can do now.
Let's go Team USA. Darren Williams in the captain's lane. He's bouncy, he's ready to go. I can see it. First pass, first pass.
So there was a lane invasion. It's interesting, he knows he made that mistake.
Yep. And that camera work is
Not only a lane, it was not a neutral lane, it
exceptional.
was red zone invasion, which is a little bit more points.
Yep. Team USA is ready to set this up. The coach from Team Mexico.
Vente, Dani, ¿quieres?
Wow, now that hurt. Minus 10 points for the Captain Lane invasion. That's a heck of a penalty.
And they get to repeat the play.
Yes.
Well, they hadn't even started the play yet, so it stays the same ball possession on this foul.
So much presence is required in this game, so much presence. And the ability to reset after a play goes dead and start again and come back with that same determination.
And don't let your mistakes haunt you.
Exactly. That's the reset. That's the reset we can all learn from these incredible athletes.
So as the flags are up, now they're down, and the time starts again.
Darren
3,
Williams back
2,
in the captain's lane.
1, 0.
Looking for that initial pass.
Get that initial pass out there. You got 30 seconds to do that, and players are trying to open up.
Team USA is moving on the floor. They are moving on the floor. There we go, 1.
So now we're moving into the second ball possession of 12.
Yes. There's 2 Darrens on Team USA. That is Darren B. Here we go. You see on the court, they're spread out. Their stances change play to play. We have Evan List in the captain's lane for Team USA. Looking for the right pass. Boom, Ramon Penny.
So it was a good attempt. Unfortunately, it got broken up quick.
Yes.
We got 1 point out of that.
Yes. Team USA looking to kind of get their groove here, get their momentum, get in motion. Here we have Ramon Penny, number 24, Team USA. Ramon comes from a basketball background.
I think I saw him in the game earlier on. He was really jumping high.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Leaping for the skies.
Yes.
So here we go, down the countdown. The 5 seconds are over. The ball is going to have to be put in play.
Fantastic. Ramon is a veteran. There are 3 on this team, and Ramon is one of them.
Well, it's a pity that they collided on the putting the ball back in play. So
let's see if Team USA can really reset and step back into their flow. That same energy we saw earlier today with Catalunya.
Well, they have to. If they're going to go forward in this, they have to start making points, though.
They do. There you see Zinette Hendricks. Panda Pryor in the captain's lane for Team USA.
Team USA needs to get at least 30 points to move on.
Yes.
Fifth ball possession for the United States, player number 5.
So we're moving into the 5th ball possession, 7 left after this.
Yes. Reset, remember, and step back in. Zinette in
You
the
can hear the
captain's
cheering
lane.
from the public down below.
Yes, yes, yes.
Cambio Mexico, substitution Mexico. 6 ball possession for the United States, player number 16. Posición de pelota número 6.
U.S. couldn't quite get there for that pass.
So we're seeing some difficulty of getting the ball into play. There's a substitution.
Substitution United States.
Again, we've talked about this in prior broadcasts. Those substitutions have to be fast, just like this
definitely.
game. Here we have Jeffrey in for Team USA. Boom.
One.
We've got one. We've got two.
Three.
Here we go. Here we go. One pass, 1 point. It's like it felt.
Well, we're over the 0, so that's a good start.
Exactly. +1, USA.
United States, player number 3. Posición de pelota número 7 para los Estados Unidos.
So I got to admit, Mexico's really, really playing their hearts out here. They're incredible on the defense. They're allowing very little space.
Yeah. Team USA needs to get their momentum back in. Here's Sav in the captain's lane. Boom, 1. Straight to number 12, Darren B.
Ball possession United States, player number 99. Posición de pelota
Ah, Mexico just anticipating that pass.
Cambio los Estados Unidos. Substitution United States.
Again, just noting our referees coming from all over the globe, representing Team India, Team Mexico, Team USA. Just amazing, amazing to see this global sport. Really and truly, you're witnessing history right now,
And
everyone.
as you said, you keep on talking about being global. It's fascinating because I remember seeing yesterday with the inauguration, they're talking about 8 countries that are involved already in the sport,
Yes.
but there's many others that are saying they're showing their interest and their involvement. And looking around, you say there's potential, there's room for growth.
Yes.
And there's, on the business side of things, you also look about the cost of putting a team together. It's not inexpensive, but it's not going to break the bank because, as you said, you can play anywhere.
Anywhere.
So as long as you got that little ball there ready to go,
Exactly.
you're out there playing, and there's something for you.
Absolutely. Martha in the captain's lane, number 99 for Team USA. Looking to bring back the momentum to the team. Move this ball on the court and rack up some points. 1.
The Mexican team, they're quite psyched, as you can see there.
Yes, yes. We knew that coming in, that this was going to be a real competition between these two teams. There's a lot of history here.
Yes. But it's not, what's good is that there's history. So often when you say there's a lot of history with that person or with that team, it's negative. Sure, the USA lost to them a couple of times, but again, I go back to the inside where we're playing ping pong and joking around and having a good
And
time.
everyone's having a good time at night, absolutely.
Exactly.
So we play hard during the day and everyone comes together as community at night, absolutely. And you see Darren B.
There was a lane violation. Who did it?
is in the captain's lane, looking for guidance from the referees.
Our lane violation? Yes.
Number 2, United States, neutral lane invasion, -2 points. Invasión de la línea neutral del número 2, Estados Unidos.
So there was a lane violation by a U.S. player in the neutral lane,
Yeah.
and which brings us down to 1 point, because you lose 2 points when you do the neutral lane violation. So 10 points when you go into the captain's lane, 2 for the neutral zone.
Yes.
So this is possession number 10 of 12.
Yep, here we go, Darren Williams in the captain's lane. Here we go, here we go. He's got his eyes set on his next pass. First pass, let's make this work, US. Let's go, let's go. 1, 2. Darren's one of the veteran teams on this team for Team US. Darren, Evan, and Rahman. You can see Darren knows he can go directly to Rahman.
And it's interesting because they were talking about earlier on, and I heard they were talking about play it up in the air, and that's the best thing you can do. However, Mexico had sort of like blocked him into the corners, unfortunately.
Yes.
And that's display upon on behalf of Mexico being a tough team to beat.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So they are definitely looking towards that trophy. That's what they want.
Here we go. We have Evan List in the captain's lane, number 18. Hoping that Evan can turn this around on this possession. Let's go, Team USA. And we've got one to Z-net and a self-pass. And intercepted by Mexico.
Intercepted by Mexico. So we're 83-4 Mexico. And unfortunately, there was this interception. This is the last ball possession. It's all here now. And let's see what can be done. Whatever happens, credit to Mexico. Incredible game, incredible team, great coaching, and just playing a better game right now. Let's see if we can get back something going.
Penny, captain's
There's
lane.
2, and that was it. That is game. Mexico wins 83-6, and we're going to be seeing some of the interviews in a moment, but Mexico really dominated this game.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to Mexico. Let's get all the teams in the middle of the court to shake hands and get ready to go and have a glass of water together.
Absolutely. Congratulations to both teams.
Both teams
showed up. They played with heart, and they are just incredible. It's incredible to see this team from the U.S. come together and really gel so quickly.
But they're still saying hello and hugging each other, and that's just the fun of it.
Of course,
okay.
Of course. So here we see Team Mexico with their coach.
So Mexico is definitely number
What a class
one.
act. What a class act.
Definitely.
Cheering USA. That's fantastic. That's what Fireball's about. That's the differentiation.
Yes.
You see it in every movement. You see it in the way players pick one another up off the floor, from opposing teams or not. You see the care. It's really extraordinary. Fireball is changing sport for good.
So now we're going to be most probably have interviews. And
Yes.
A few of the players are going back for the interviews, so they'll be interviewing the 2 Mexican players, and then they will interview 2 U.S. players. Highlights will be coming up pretty soon. And a drink of water, well-deserved water after the game.
Well-deserved.
Stay hydrated, right? Stay hydrated.
Absolutely. A few players from Team Mexico celebrating the win. Fantastic, fantastic. Saying hello to friends and family back home. Love it, love it. Love to see the pride of Mexico here on the court today. Mexico will be interviewing first with Max Barkley.
Ok, chicos, tercer partido contra los Estados Unidos. Esta vez fue mejor. Díganos cosa opinan del partido.
Al principio la defensa de Estados Unidos estuvo muy fuerte, siempre muy pegados en nosotros, entonces nos defendieron muy bien.
Estoy de acuerdo con mi compañera, si bien la defensa de Estados Unidos en las primeras 5 posesiones que nosotros tuvimos de México fue algo intensa, fue algo rigurosa, tanto que no podíamos hacer demasiados pases, pero al final México es un país que le echa garra, que le echa mucho esfuerzo a todos los partidos que tiene y supimos encontrar la manera de salir adelante y poder ganar este partido con una diferencia considerable, pero siempre con respeto a los rivales.
Mañana, primera semifinal, va a ser, si no me equivoco, contra España. Entonces aquí con España tienen una cuenta abierta, ¿no? Los ganaron en el 2018, vamos a ver qué estrategia quieren tener con España.
Pues siempre jugar con corazón, ya que México tiene mucha garra y vamos a darlo todo.
Pues en cuanto a estrategia, únicamente jugar como sabemos, hacer lo que mejor sabemos hacer, que es jugar con toda la garra posible, como dice mi compañera, y defender con el alma si es necesario para poder ganarle a España.
Un mensaje por los amigos mexicanos, los compañeros y compañeras.
Que nos apoyen desde casa, que acá estamos muy emocionados con estos partidos, que son muy intensos y vamos a darlo todo.
Muchas gracias por todo el esfuerzo que nos han brindado, familias, amigos, compañeros que hemos tenido a lo largo de este proceso que es Fireball. Un saludo a mi novia, en específico a Aislinn, y un saludo para mi profe Jaime y mi profe Chucho. Saludos, coach.
Bien, gracias, buena suerte mañana. Hasta luego.
But there was also something that he said. He says, yes, we won by a large margin, but with a lot of respect for the team we were playing against. Since the first 5 possessions, it was really difficult to get through. Since the Americans were really defending well, the USA was right there, not allowing them to play. But then they came out. So I want to hear what the USA team has to say.
Team USA up next.
Okay, guys. Sorry to see you like that. I know that putting this team together has been nothing short of a miracle, all considered, and still you gave it all. Give us your feedback on this.
Fireball is the ultimate team sport, and we had an incredible team, a lot of talent. I know that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and understanding how to get everybody involved as quickly as possible for the duration and not in spurts is what we need to work on as a team moving forward for future competitions.
I just feel like this was a learning experience for us. I think obviously this team was new. A lot of us haven't even played this sport before, but now we are able to go back to the drawing board and learn new techniques and come back better.
Okay, want to send a message out for everybody in the U.S., your friends, your families, everybody else who might want to join this sport?
Thank you, everybody watching at home. We really appreciate the support and cheering us on while we've been here. International play is incredibly fun, gratifying, as well as introductory to a new way of challenges and things of that nature. So everybody who woke up early for us this morning, we thank you so much, as well as cheering us on in the middle of the day, and we look forward to having you here with us next time, wherever that may be.
Go USA.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.
So I can see the disappointment in their expressions,
Yeah.
understandably so, but I know how difficult it is to put a team together in a short amount of time, and with all this, they really came through. They did a good job. It was just they met a fierce competitor, which is Mexico. And here we're going to be seeing some of the highlights. Here's the Mexican team coming in.
You are watching history in real time. You're witnessing the athletes who are about to change the future of global competition. Just incredible athleticism, presence, the ability to reset and continue play. Even after a couple injuries on the court, this is Fireball Extreme Challenge, and this is the World Cup, the ultimate sport experience. The movement that Mexico had with that ball was stunning.
In fact, I'm watching these highlights, and I hope you're watching them too. Just incredible ball control, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
I think Coach Jaime really put a big effort into this team and created a great group of players. Just watching these highlights and seeing how fast they were moving around. And it goes back to the respect. I liked what they said during the interview about respecting the USA, because although USA did lose today, they showed a lot of heart on that field. They were competitive. Something changed after the 5th ball possession. Maybe just the teamwork and talent of Mexico came out stronger. However, not to take anything away from the USA. They did a great showing earlier on today. They were there for this evening match. I know they were really psyched for it. They were really ready to go. They met a better team.
Congratulations to both teams.
Yes.
Both are exceptional. This is Fireball Extreme Challenge, the World Cup. This is what it's about. Community, connection, competition, collaboration. You're seeing it all on this court today, and you'll see it tomorrow.
Definitely.
Please join us tomorrow.
Do join tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting the semifinals and the finals tomorrow.
Yes.
And we want you here with us. I've had a great day today and enjoyed myself. It's been a long day, but it's been worth it because I've seen something that I had never experienced before. And just watching these young players out there running around, the teamwork, the effort, the care, but for everybody, the whole environment, everything that has to do with it. So here's the final standings we got. Mexico, India, Spain, Catalunya, USA, and Italy.
Yeah.
USA needed only, I think, 5 or 6 points to go on.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it became too difficult because Mexico wouldn't allow that.
Yep. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to Fireball Extreme Challenge. Fireball is a sport you didn't know you were waiting for exactly what we saw today. It can turn in a moment.
Definitely. Well, we're going to be signing off pretty soon, but again, as Nicole said, we're looking forward to seeing you here tomorrow with us. We should be here. I don't know how the team's going to be made up tomorrow, but we'll be broadcasting live to you from Lignano, Sabbiadoro here in northern Italy in the Friuli Venezia Giulia region, not too far from Trieste, in between Trieste and Venice, an incredible, beautiful area on the Adriatic Sea. Summer resort town. We're here in the winter, but it's still very pretty. They have a beautiful. They have a Christmas market downtown, and we'll be going to dinner pretty soon, and we'll be joining the teams, and probably we'll sing together the theme song of Fireball, which talks about giving it all you got and putting things together and
pass it on.
And pass it on, and we're going to pass on the torch to whomever plays tomorrow, and we're going to pass it on to the director of operations here who will be signing us off, but we'll be singing all together as friends, and that's the important thing. This is a sport of friendship and of community, and above all, as I've said over and over and again, respect, love to all of you. Thank you for being with us. This is from Tommy saying good night to everybody, and Nicole.
Absolutely. Salute to Team USA, Team Italy, who, while they won't be joining us tomorrow, really showed up and showed out today.
Definitely.
Both teams. Congratulations to you both. And for the 4 advancing tomorrow, we cannot wait to see where this goes. And who brings home the Fireball Extreme Challenge World Cup. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you to our family and friends all across the globe who have joined us for today's broadcast. We will be live tomorrow. You have the link. Don't miss it. Thank you again.
As they say in Italy, ciao.
Ciao.